Yo, Original OC with you on the Watch Colony channel, also on the Original OC channel. It is Monday afternoon. It is the 2nd of November, 2024. And we're firing up a early afternoon colony stream. Let me do some quick administrative functions here just to make sure that everybody knows that we are live. Let's see here. Boom. And let's do this one. There we go. All right. We're rocking now. Let's see who we got in the... Look at this. Look at this. Logan Hall. Logan Hall's Grill Streams first. Logan Hall is back on top. He's back on top, guys. And we've got Andui. Howdy, y'all. What's up, Andui? Good to have you here. We've got Mr. Fahrenheit, first on the colony stream. Thank you for being the first comment on the colony channel. By the way, please upvote. We have already over 10 people watching. Please upvote the live stream. Guys, my internet is absolute garbage right now. I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's Cyber Monday. It could be Cyber Monday, but I definitely would appreciate if somebody jumped on the panel, just because there's a chance that my browser is going to crash. And if it does crash, it'd be cool if somebody else were on the panel to kind of make sure that the show keeps going. But if not, no problem. That's cool. But thank you, Mr. Fahrenheit. Got Mr. G in the house. Mr. G, paid review. Who's paying? Yeah, it's a paid review. I don't want to name the person, but maybe they will reveal themselves. Maybe he or she will reveal him or herself in the chat. But we do have a paid review coming up today, later in the stream. By the way, watch some, let me just see if I can find it here. Breaking watch news, which I'm sure you're all, super excited about. Super, super excited. The Ananur, the IWC Ananur is now available in a beautiful blue dial. Check that out. The new IWC Ananur in blue. And we'll be doing a full review in 5 minutes. Full review of the blue IWC Ananur coming up in 5 minutes. It's basically the same. Actually, don't even have to wait 5 minutes to give you a review. It's stainless steel, and instead of the white, black, or aqua dial, you get the blue dial. It looks pretty damn good in blue, I have to say. I was on the list, not on the list, I actually prepaid for this. I actually have a deposit. I still have a deposit with my AD for this watch. I told them to hang on to the deposit. Yeah. But I had a deposit for this watch, and after a year, I said, see ya. I don't want it anymore. But tell me what you think of the new Ananur in blue. By the way, what's also cool about the Ananur, it's kind of cool, is let me just show you something very interesting. Look at the date wheel. The date wheel has always has 2 digits. So the date wheel has 01, 02, 03, etc., etc., etc. That is bitchin' smart. It looks so much better. So much better like that. Ananur in blue. We will be doing a paid review coming up in a few minutes. We'll be reviewing Mark Zuckerberg's latest acquisitions. This guy is just, I think he's bought like 20 watches already, which is crazy, absolutely crazy. A lot of people are saying that he is buying too many watches too fast, that he actually doesn't have any emotional connection or any connection at all with these watches. He just got like a giant box of like 50 watches, and they're like, hey, here's your new watch collection. And he just, picks one out, throws it on the wrist, and goes out in public and gets photographed with it. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but in 5 minutes, we will be doing a paid review of Mark Zuckerberg's latest acquisitions in the watch space. Oh, by the way, the Ananur, let's bring it up real quick. Let me see, bring up the Ananur. Let me blow this image up. You guys can take a good look at it. I think we all forgot what the price was. I think everybody thought that the price was too high when it was announced back in the spring of 2023. And the price is still the same, $11,700. $11,700, which is very, very expensive. I don't know what you want me to say. It's expensive. Diego says, hasn't Zuck learned anything from OC? That $50,000 he spent could have been $500,000 in 20 years. That's the opportunity cost of buying watches. I think Zuckerberg, who has hundreds of billions, I believe at this point, certainly knows the time value of money and the opportunity cost of wasting money on luxury timepieces. But yeah, for someone who doesn't have billions of dollars, it's an important consideration to realize that every $50,000 that you spend on watches could be an extra $500,000 that you have in retirement. So good point, Diego. It's a very good point. Like a lot of people are buying watches too fast, and a lot of young people are buying too many watches, and that's something to think about. When you're young and you blow $200,000 or $300,000 on watches, you have to realize that could have been $2 or $3 million in your retirement. But it's all good. As long as you have the means to plot out your future, then make smart financial decisions, guys. Make smart financial decisions about watches. That's the most important. And Diego has a great point. Jonathan Smith, the OC. What's up, Jonathan? Good to have you on the stream. Jonathan's a guy who visits a whole bunch of different streams. He goes where the quality content is, or in this case, with whatever happens to be on. You know, high quality, low quality, whatever. But yeah, the Ananur is now available with a nice deep midnight blue dial for $11,700. Guys, if you're watching on the Watch Colony channel, upvote the live stream. If you're watching on the OC channel, please upvote. Logan Hall says, speaking of smart financial decisions, become a member of OC's channel now. Send money now. No, actually, we're dual casting on the Watch Colony channel. So I try not to plug my own channel when we're on the Watch Colony. So it's a show of respect, actually. If you're watching on the Watch Colony channel, tell your friends, do a Facebook post, do an Instagram post. We do have a milestone on the Watch Colony channel. We want to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. If that would be awesome if that could be accomplished. So I know that Mathis and the whole leadership team of the Watch Colony channel network is would be great, would find it awesome and would be highly appreciative if we could get to 1,000 subscribers on the Watch Colony channel. Tell your friends, the Watch Colony, Watch Talk with a Twist. And in 5 minutes, we'll be doing a paid watch review. Watch Expert reacts to Mark Zuckerberg's latest acquisitions. We all know what he's got. I mean, listen, the guy's got so many watches already, but he bought a few more. The guy bought a few more. So we'll be reviewing his latest pickups in the watch world. Guys, if you're watching right now, please drop a comment in the chat. I would like to say hi to you. I've said hi to everybody who's dropped a comment in the chat so far. Whether you're watching on the Watch Colony channel or the OC channel, I can see everything. I can see all your comments. So I will pull them all up. And I think this, I don't know, are we going to get any interesting releases before the end of the year? Are we going to get anything good? Does this IWC Ananur count as something good? I think it's a cool looking color. Is it enough to change your mind and have you buy it? I don't know. For me, probably not. Gatsby is in the chat. What's up, Gatsby? Good afternoon to you. It's interesting that given this release, George Russell was seen wearing his green Ananur when he won the Vegas GP. Is that Grand Prix? Vegas Grand Prix last week? Omega would have put the upcoming release on his wrist. That's a very interesting observation. Maybe they didn't want to announce the blue ahead of time. You know, maybe it was carefully orchestrated. But you know, Gatsby has a point. I think if someone would have been wearing the blue one a week ago and people picked up on it, then it would create a lot of buzz. And then when IWC announced it, it would be like, yep, okay, they had to announce it because it was leaked. That probably would have been a good strategy. I think Gatsby's right on this one. What do you guys think? Hey, Goldfinger 0808. The chat, what's up, Goldfinger? Holy crap, we have 27 people watching. That's pretty awesome. Guys, if you're watching on the original OC channel, please upvote the live stream. Let's get to 10 likes on the OC channel. And let's see what else is cooking in the world of. By the way, what did you guys think of this new Rolex video? I'm going to play it again. Check this out. Hold on a second. Let me full screen it. Don't full screen me. Yeah, I'm going to full screen you. Hold on. Check this out and tell me what you think. Want to go to the last frame. Yeah. So here's the end. It says, looking forward to 2025. What does that mean? Maybe it's just like we're in December now and they want to wish us warm season's greetings and a happy new year. Is that what they're doing? An invitation into our watchmaking world. Looking forward to 2025. Do these guys have like a monstrous mega announcement planned? What is going on? I'm a little bit curious. Gatsby says, I posted a shot of my green Ananur on my Instagram along with a pic of George Russell wearing his. A new color would have been news. Gatsby, do I have permission to show your Instagram? Let me know in the chat, because I know a lot of people have private Instagrams, and I want to be respectful of that. But I do have your post pulled up. If you want to give me permission. He says, sure, show anything you like. Well, in that case, I'll be showing all of those pictures that you sent me in privately. Are you ready? Guys, if you're ready to see Gatsby's risque portfolio that he sent to me in private, no, I'm not going to show those. I'm not going to show those, Gatsby. But what I will show is Gatsby's Instagram. Here he is. It's the if you want to subscribe to Gatsby, it's the .greater Gatsby on Instagram. And here's a shot with him with his blue, what do you call it? Teal, blue, green, whatever it is. Ananur. Boom. And then here's the shot. George Russell. Good Instagram post. And if you'd like to follow Gatsby on Instagram, boom, there's the link. Follow Gatsby on Instagram. Let's get, I don't know if he has a private Instagram or what, so don't be offended if he doesn't accept your follow. He's very, very secretive. He's a very elusive figure, Gatsby. We got Joseph D in the chat. Joseph D says, something crazy like a new color bezel or dial, I'm sure. It's innovative as per usual. Yeah, you're referring here to the to the Rolex video that they dropped today entitled An Invitation into Our Watchmaking World. And at the end of the video, it says, looking forward to 2025. Look at this, double D's in the chat. Hey, there is a mega Rolex announcement rumor that would shake the entire industry. Rumor has it they will make one of their cases 0.000000001 millimeters bigger. That's a pretty good rumor, actually. I think that rumor is likely. Double D has very, very good sources, by the way. I think he's pretty tight with the two old ladies in Geneva at one of those Rolex factories. I'm not sure if he's tight with both of them or one of the two that are responsible for hand painting the red and blue onto the Pepsi bezels. So he's got connections. Double D definitely has. So if he has a rumor, chances are it's likely to come true. Gatsby says, given the money IWC probably spends sponsoring the Mercedes AMG team, this was a real missed opportunity. It's funny that you bring it up because you also, this is another post that you have on Instagram. Is this also your watch, Gatsby? Do you also own this? Do you have two IWCs, or do you actually have more than that? You know what I didn't do? I didn't pin the link. So let's do that. Boom. If you're watching on the original OC channel, the link is pinned and the pin is linked. Since we have zero management on the Colony channel, I'll drop it. I'll drop it like it's hot. There. And if you're watching on the Watch Colony channel, that is the link to join the channel. Yeah, let me know. This is also my watch. I'm a huge lifelong Formula One fan. I posted them because of the big 1-2 finish Mercedes had in Las Vegas last week. Okay, cool. But do you own these watches? Do you actually own these? Okay, so Gatsby says, in fairness, Rolex gave us very little to look back on in 2024. Maybe this video is a reminiscent, it's like a looking back video. Maybe this video is like, hey, let's look back on a successful 2024. I'm going to play it again. Pay very, very careful attention. See if you pick up on any clues, guys. There you go. Hey, Rolex, will you release more pieces for purchase in 25, you think? Let everybody who wants a Datejust get a Datejust. How about that? Hey, Boston Collectors in the chat. Upvoted and subscribed. Thank you, Boston. Appreciate that. Um, Boston agrees with Gatsby. I agree. Throw the AMG on the dial at the bottom of the Ananur. I gotta say, I'm doing a pretty good job producing the show all by myself. Look at that. I'm going back and forth between tabs. I'm getting a hang of this YouTube thing. Guys, we just hit 30 viewers at 2 o'clock in the afternoon on a Monday across both channels. Upvote the live streams. If you're watching on the Walt Colony channel or the OC channel, upvote the live streams. Double D says, there's actually only one old lady left. The other, oh my God, had a massive heart attack during. Is this supposed to be hiatus? I'm not going to say that. Heart attack. Don't ask how I know. Double T was banging one of the old ladies at the Rolex factory. No wonder there's a shortage of Pepsi bezels. You guys are too much. You guys are too much. By the way, look at Austin trying to drop his little tidbits of information. According to Boston Collector, Rolex is coming out with a new model line in 2025. This is not a rumor. This is, I think Boston is a plant from the Swiss watch industry to drive up and hype demand. Gatsby says, this is also my watch. Well, very cool. Yeah. Well, that's awesome that you have both of those. I do own those watches as well as the Mercedes carbon fiber IWC. Horological addiction is a real thing. You know, it is, especially if you have 3 IWCs. I think maybe Gatsby should be committed. Committed for owning 3 IW. Listen, it's a cool brand to like. And if you just joined us, congratulations to IWC. They have launched the new blue dial Ananur. So blue joins the lineup. They had silver, I think it was like a white, and the black, and they had a teal green. It was like a blue green, and then they also had a gray in the titanium version. So they have 3 steel models. Well, 3 dial colors on the steel version. They had white and black that was all brushed, and then they had teal, which was, and they had polished center links, and then they had titanium with gray. Now they have a new blue dial. The new blue dial Ananur. Look how awesome it is with the 05. Was that always there before? I love the fact that the date disc always has 2 digits. I'm telling you, OC is very influential. Okay, first, I've been complaining. You know, everyone knows I was telling the watch industry, add the 0. Okay, I've been saying it consistently, and Patek Philippe did it on the Cubitus, and IWC did it on the Ananur. Are you going to try and tell me that they just came up with that out of hundreds of years of watchmaking, that they finally decided to do it on a whim, and it just so happens to coincide with when I was talking about it? I don't think so. I don't think so. Got Mike Lewis in the chat. What's up, Mike? Good to have you tuning in to the Watch Colony or the OC channel. Boston is full of caca. Well, we know that. Anything that Boston says should be taken with a massive grain of salt. Rolex is a very secretive company. True. They are. There's no way that Boston would have the inside scoop. Mike, thanks for watching. I hope you're subscribed. I hope you have notifications set to all. We're like Curly likes to say, like we're all in the same little fishbowl or whatever. Like, yeah, listen, there are only a few people who do live streams about watches on YouTube. So like, if you go back and forth and you're brave enough to actually enter in a comment in the chat without fear of being ridiculed or put through a loyalty test or sent to the gulag, then I appreciate that. I support that courage. Well, you know, so there's nothing. Well, there is a reason to be ashamed of watching this channel, but you shouldn't be punished. Shouldn't be punished for watching the colony. Hey, Lord of Fleck. The only Formula One watch I've ever really wanted is the Peace Unique Richard Mille that got stolen off Lando Norris's wrist, but not really because it was a Richard Mille. We've got John D. New York City in the house. New York City representing. Good afternoon to everyone. Just getting here. Buckley compulsory gym day complete. That you said you better. Buckley kicks people out of that Spartan Meathead group. I mean, he has a pretty itchy trigger finger. So if you haven't done your 4 sets per week, you will just be unceremoniously banned from his workout group. Hope everyone is having a great start to Cyber Monday. Cool. And look who we have representing Miami and Philadelphia in the house. CQ the watch guy, who represents Miami for DavidSW.com. CQ is without a doubt a retail expert in the space, has worked with collectors for many years at the 1916 company, previously Watchbox, and now for David SW in Miami. Chances are you guys have interacted with CQ. If you've ever, talked to Watchbox or 1916 company in the past about buying or selling a watch. I know I did. I actually have a text messages going back to CQ all the way back to 2020. He doesn't remember because he has with thousands and thousands of people. The 0 on the date window is not necessary. This is bullshit. It's only one wheel adjustment, not like Longa. No, Mr. G. It's aesthetics. It's about balance. Okay. If you have one digit in that window is landscape. Okay, it's rectangular. It's longer wide than it is tall. Okay, so you can't make the digit any bigger if you have a single digit there because you can't increase the length. Okay, the only thing if you wanted to make it bigger, you increase the width, then it would look out of proportion. It would look stretched horizontally. So the best thing to do, in my humble opinion, to make that date look balanced is to put the 0 there. 01, 02, 03. Patek Philippe did it. IWC did it. And Longa should do it. The day will come where Longa will realize the error of their ways and put the 0 on the date wheel. Right now they have a date wheel that has a blank space, a 1, 2, and a 3. Double D in the chat wishing Mr. G a good afternoon. Hope the rest of your weekend went well. Good to see you as always, and thanks for your help on the watch decision. Uh-oh. I hope you're not buying anything, Double D. Do not buy anything. The last person with whom you should consult on making watch decisions is Mr. G. He buys too many watches. Do not, listen, ask for a second opinion. Mr. G will direct you to buy Laurent Ferrier, IWC, Parmigiani, Rolex, Patek Philippe. It's like, there's no. Listen, guy, don't listen to Double D without getting a second and third opinion. I mean, Mr. G. Double D you can listen to. The date window is identical to the green Anjanur. They also color matched it. Yeah, they color matched the date wheel. Good job, IWC. You know, you wonder why Rolex takes the lazy way out. You know, doesn't do at least on the date, do some, you know, pick some models where you do, you know, color matched date wheels. See, Mike Lewis agrees with me. I actually like the zero. It looks like you said, it's balanced. That's right. Patek Philippe listened to me, and IWC listened to me. So how do you know? How do you know that they're not listening? I like this blue, says CQ. The aqua green is also a stunner. Yeah, you know, I'm curious. Does this one come with the polished center links? Because the aqua, the blue green one did. No, this one comes with just the brushed. Let me go to this shot right here. Boom. See, full brushed bracelet. Full brushed bracelet. I think this is going to be a winner. This is going to be a winner. Double D says, "Don't worry, OC. It wasn't for me. It was a gift." Okay, okay. In that case, you can trust Mr. G. Mr. G is an approved consultant for gift purchases, but not for your own, because he is an enabler. He's going to direct you to Parmigiani, Laurent Ferrier. As a matter of fact, his tastes very much echo CQ's tastes. CQ and Mr. G, they think a lot alike in terms of desirable brands. Hey, Muhammad Ali from London in the chat. OC broadcasting on a Monday. We know this will be a great week. You fucking know it, Muhammad. It's going to be an awesome week this week. I'm going to be going to Sotheby's, and I'm going to be going to Phillips this week to check out the watches. And Christie's is doing a watch auction too. There's 4 auctions coming up: Christie's, Sotheby's, Phillips, and the Tom Brady auction at Sotheby's also. All in New York. If you're in New York this week, hit me up. I'll be in the city on Wednesday. I'll probably be in the city on Friday and Saturday. You never know. Hit me up. By the way, I do want to make sure that I say hi to every single person in the chat. So I want to say hi to Brody from Los Angeles. What's up, Brody? I want to say hi to RS Fan, MD Chaz. What's up? What's up, guys? Please, anybody watching? Yeah, I'm interested in how much the Tom Brady watch goes for. I'm actually registered for that auction. That auction is on Tuesday here in New York. So, yeah, I might go to it. I might meet up. I heard a few people from the watch community, from the New York watch community, are going to be at that auction, that Tom Brady auction. I don't know if I'll be able to go, but I'm thinking about going. Hola, Senor OC. Zucks bucks being put to good use. Yeah. Word has it that Zuckerberg completely ignored CQ's advice and instead listened to other people's advice and purchased the code 1159. Yep, this is a recent acquisition from the Zuck. This is the code 1159 Flying Tourbillon chronograph. This is in pink gold, and it's got a black ceramic mid case. It's a good watch. There's a lot going on here, a lot visually going on. The question is he buying too many watches too quickly? I think he's being shoved too many watches. And if you get 20 or 30 watches all within 3 months, chances are it becomes too obvious that you're being handed watches. And I think there's a risk that he's not going to be seen as a bona fide. I think there's a small risk that people may think unfairly that he's not a genuine watch collector. Can you imagine that? CQ says, I wish the retail for the Ananur was under $10,000. You know, the crazy thing is, so I mean, most of you know this story. When this watch was announced, I made a deposit on the watch. I gave, I think it was 10% or 20%. And they screwed up the rollout of this watch so badly that I actually canceled my order. Because it was actually, I put in my order in April of 2023. No, April of 2023. By February, March of 2024, the watch had still not been delivered. Okay. And on top of that, the watch, which was selling for 11,700, was being seen in secondary for 9,000. So that was an absolute no-go. Absolute no-go. I wonder if they're discounting these watches because 11,700 is still steep when the watches. I mean, you see these in secondary for in the $8,000 to $9,000 range. So I kind of agree. If it were 7,000 retail, it would be an amazing seller for them. Yeah, I think that's too low. I think that's too low. I think they wanted to price this premium. I mean, look at what Gerard Perregaux Laureato is priced at. Look at what a Chopek Antarctique is priced at. You know, those are expensive watches. You know, why should this be so much less? But certainly if this were at $99.95 or $9,700 or $9,800, I think it would sell a lot more. Back to Zuckerberg. By the way, it's a paid watch review coming up in 5 minutes. A paid watch review is coming up in 5 minutes. Watch expert reacts to Mark Zuckerberg's latest acquisitions. CQ is weighing in. He says, well, someone definitely flipped this watch. Definitely flipped this watch. Snitch. But it may be the case he found the hobby. Oh, okay. Someone definitely flipped his watch switch on. Got it. No, this was. I mean, we all know that he got into watches after he went to that wedding in India, and he was looking at that guy's Richard Mille, and the guy said, "Hey, you should get into watches." And Zuck's like, "Okay." He found the hobby and also has all the cash you need to pull off all the stuff. Well, I think he was at that Indian wedding. He saw lots of people with crazy watches. Remember, the Indian guy gifted like 28 full gold AP Royal Oaks to his wedding party, and he was like, so Zuckerberg felt a little naked there. And that's when he caught the buzz. Double D says IWC boutiques are emphatically not discounting these. That's true. Double D has an IWC boutique right in his backyard. I've been there several times with Double D. Great place, cool store, and good people there too. By the way, it's Double D is a great host. He's a phenomenal host. He will really, really treat you well when you go to the suburbs of Philadelphia. And there's an IWC store within a store there, and they don't discount. They don't discount on the Ananur. So, by the way, what else is in Zuck? What are a couple other of Zuckerberg's recent pickups. let's just scroll through Mark Zuckerberg's pickups here. Look at this one. He also got this one recently. This is the I think the normal model is a 5960. I think with the diamonds, this one's a 5961. Okay, it's got the reference number there. 5961R. This is a annual calendar, Patek Philippe annual calendar with a chronograph with a beautiful, beautiful black dial and diamond bezel in rose gold. This is absolutely gorgeous. I'm not a huge fan of this particular reference. Most people know that I'm not a big fan of the location of the date on this one, how it's really sunken into the dial. The date disc is kind of like 2 planes lower than where it should be. That's just my OCD. You can't have OCD without OC, by the way. But this in black is killer. Absolutely killer. And I think with the baguettes, it's pretty damn classy. Gorgeous watch. Absolutely gorgeous. What do you guys think of this one? Guys, if you're making a comment about a watch that Zuckerberg recently acquired, just mention exactly which watch, because I'm going to be going through several watches, and I want to make sure that your comment is associated with the watch that for which your comment was intended. This is CQ approved. CQ, stop fucking around in the chat. Just jump on the panel. I mean, come on. We know you're not doing anything. Boom. Here's the link. You know how to do it. You know you're not getting any work done watching this channel. Studies have been done, and people who listen to this channel in the background have reduced productivity by 73%. Guys, jump on the live stream. Get on this panel. We have 50 people watching. It's the fastest growing network of watch YouTube channels in the world. This is the Watch Colony channel on YouTube and the original OC channel. Subscribe to both. Make sure you have notifications set to all. If you're just lurking in the chat, jump on the program. Enough is enough. It's a Monday afternoon. Hop on. Evan G says this channel has caused a drag on the economy. That's true. That's true. Studies have been done. $78 million to date. Well, that's because the people who watch this channel are very influential, and they're very productive. But even still, a 73% reduction in productivity for like an hour or two is significant. Kevin Hawthorne's in the chat. What's up, Kevin? Got Magpie, the Magpie. What's up, the Magpie? Can't even put on a capo correctly. Yeah, you guitar players caught that, huh? You put it on upside down. I'm not a guitar player, so I don't know. Let's check out another watch. Something else here. Boom. Oh, this is Rihanna. Yeah. Shout out, I do want to give credit to Wrist Check. I'm just kind of like using their Instagram today, but shout out to Wrist Check. I'm just using their post, but check this out. Zuckerberg picked up a couple of new pieces here. Picked up the pink gold and with the black ceramic mid case. This is the code 1159. This is a chronograph with a flying tourbillon. That's right. Boston Collector reminds everybody, guys, on the Watch Colony channel, we do have a goal. We do have a milestone of getting to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So please help us hit that goal by sharing the channel on Instagram and on Facebook and wherever you can. Anybody watching in the chat, please type in a comment. I will personally greet you. I will personally say hello to you. And that's that's a make or break for your entire day, maybe your whole week. If OC can say hello to you in the chat and grant you a wonderful day, you are off to an amazing start. Guys, let's get to 18 likes on the original OC channel. If you're watching on the original OC channel, I need 3 people to upvote. So if you haven't upvoted yet, if you're on the original OC channel, please upvote. And please type in the chat which number upvote you are. But I'd like to get 3 more upvotes there. This is a crazy looking watch. The people who have code 1159s in the chat, that's Boston Collector. I know MJ has one. Humble Pine has 3. Humble Pine has 3. What's up, TQ? Welcome to the show.
Happy Monday.
Check. Is your microphone? How far is the microphone from your mouth?
Can you hear me?
No, you're pretty far away. Where's the mic?
Oh, one second.
Yeah, check the go into settings. Check audio.
Can you hear me now?
Make sure you have the right. There we go.
There we
CQ, the watch guy, is on the panel. How was your weekend?
It was good. It was good. I'm back in Orlando for a little bit. The turkey came out good. That's always the goal. And I got to talk to you guys for a little bit. So it was a great weekend, actually. Watch some football. How was yours?
It was pretty good. Yeah, we actually didn't do turkey this year. We did, hey, Boston Collector, welcome to the panel. We did roast. Did a pot roast in the
nice.
In the crock pot. Yeah.
Very good.
And we had stuffing and mashed potatoes, and it was pretty good. Yeah. Boston, how did your Thanksgiving go?
Awesome. Nice relaxing Thanksgiving with family.
Yeah. By the way, CQ, something that you said on the last time you were on the panel has caused quite a bit of controversy within our group chat. You said that the overwhelming majority of Patek Philippe's would be going under retail by the end of next year, and that a lot of people have been debating that internally. So I want to give you an opportunity to clarify your comments and maybe discuss or elaborate on what you think the circumstances are, or the macroeconomic factors, or the watch environment factors that cause you to think that. Don't want to put you on the spot, but think about that. And when you're ready to respond, feel free to jump in. But there has been quite a bit of debate about that comment. So, and actually, people have been, because of these collaborations too. AP's been getting a lot of maybe unfair criticism. I know I piled on yesterday. We did a show about like the collaborations harming the brand, and AP's been getting a lot of maybe unfair criticism because of what they've got, what they've done, some of the actions that they've taken. They were kicked out of the Holy Trinity. Did you know that? It's actually true.
Was that Nico that said that comment?
No, that was CQ.
Oh, really?
You're right. It was Nico. Yeah, it was Nico. Yeah. You're right.
But it would be good to get his opinion on that comment.
Yes. That's true. CQ, did you hear that? That Nico Leonard said that Patek Philippe would be with all their models would be traded under retail.
Everything except for a few Nautilus, he said, in their current catalog.
Hey, sorry about that. I missed it.
No worries. By the way, just to refresh everyone's recollection, AP was kicked out of the Holy Trinity yesterday in an announcement by the Swiss watch industry. The Holy Trinity was suspended, and the new the Horology Strategy Council was put into effect with 5 members: Cartier, Rolex, Patek, Omega, and Vacheron. So interesting times for the watch industry. The Holy Trinity has been disbanded for 2025. AP was kicked out of the Holy Trinity due to questionable decision making and embarrassing collaborations. But there you go. We've got at least we now have a horology strategy council that's been put in place, and they will guide the industry back to greatness. CQ reaction?
For a second, I thought it was real. To be honest with you,
No, this is 100%. This is 100% true. This is 100% real. They have been kicked out of the Holy Trinity, and the Holy Trinity is being suspended for 1 year as punishment. And I think this is good news. Frankly, this council represents a better panel of leaders than the Holy Trinity. So I think we're going to make the watch hobby great again. And these guys are going to lead the Swiss watch. Notice that there is only Swiss representation. There's no. Man, I'm not. Listen, this isn't racist. I mean, the fans actually voted. The watch community actually voted and nominated these people to be on the council. Now, is it my fault that there's no Japanese representation? Longa was actually on the council, but someone paid to boot them off and replace them with Vacheron. So there's no German representation. Yeah, it's true. It's actually true. So this panel, and this is the consortium that will lead the entire global watch industry back to an era of prominence again.
You know, I can be honest with you. I wouldn't mind if this was a real thing that really existed. Like, imagine if every year the Holy Trinity was voted upon by brands that have proven themselves to have longevity, and Cartier, Rolex, Patek, Omega, Vacheron can all stand here and make cases for like how good business-wise they do, and everybody has their ups and downs. But actually, I would love if there was a formal vote on the Holy Trinity, as we'd have saw Long and Sone in there for a little bit. I think Zor might have popped in there for a year or so. I don't know if Patek would ever vote itself out, but definitely I think AP would have been in contention for many years. Like, even if they got voted in, it would always be like, a tiebreaker vote, and the vice president or Emperor Cartier would have to come down and be like, all right, we're going to give you another chance. You guys have been in for so long. But I would actually love this. This would be, and it actually give people some type of real rating system to look at when they're looking at these watches. I'm going through all the auction results from the weekend and last week, and it's just so insane to see like great watches at such like crazy job on compared to retail on the auction block, and most people just don't know. So I actually love this. I hope that somebody like watches this video and actually says like, we should do this. Why not? This would only benefit. There's no negative to doing something.
Yeah, and each brand could get like a 2-year term, and they could do their part to make their mark on the industry, and then they rotate out. Like maybe Omega puts in 2 years, and they have to another Swatch Group brand can kind of come in and lead the council. But listen, that's AP deserved it. I know Boston doesn't feel that way, but listen, these ridiculous collaborations, there have to be consequences. There have to be repercussions for these disastrous decisions.
I think so. I think when you've proven that you can do so much, and you've proven that you have the ability, you have the capital, you have all the tools that any watch brand could want, and you choose not to do certain things, I think the council should hold you accountable.
That's right.
Not me, not CQ. I'm but a guy from the islands who I peddle in watches once in a while. But the council, the horology strategy council should have a talking with them for sure.
Here. So, Boston, you have any comments on the IWC, on the new blue dial Ananur?
Is this a real watch, or is this AI?
Yep.
I'm not sure.
Nope.
I'm not sure these
This
days.
is
we get all those.
We
We get all those fake leaks from right before Watches of Wonder. So I'm beginning to wonder if these are actually real.
this.
Or when are they going to release these? 2026, based on their current scheduling. It took them like a year, right? Almost.
Based on their prior history. Yeah, it says according to them, it's available now and it's not limited production.
Yeah.
So
pumping them out.
let's see if they're true to their word.
Are they boutique only on this edition, or
it doesn't say so on the website?
And it's not like Booker or blue or anything like that. It's just a blue.
Nope.
Okay. Have they done? Did they do a blue in the past? I don't remember them having a blue.
Not in this version,
right? No, even on the old ones, right? It's like it was like gray and like.
Yeah, I think it was a
gold,
a limited edition, maybe like a Yves Cousteau or something like that, but nothing, not like a normal production that I can remember.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's a blue watch, you know. I don't know. It's funny what passes as like a new release. It's like, ooh,
yeah, it's pretty embarrassing, huh?
You know, new color dial. All right, guys, get excited. I mean, look, this is the thing. The way I look at it is totally different than the people that may have been around for a long time collecting watches and are staunch in their ways and their history and their focus on movements and the history of brands. But the way I look at it is AP, Rolex, and RM are three brands that are maybe helping the Swiss watch industry the most right now, because they're actually going outside of the kind of incestuous cesspool of collectors that's very small, and they're trying to bring in new people from outside the watch world and expose them to Swiss watches through collabs and being a part of, you know, things like F1, you know, with Richard Mille, and, you know, art and music and other things with AP. And I think that's really important. You know, Travis Scott, like you look at Travis Scott, you're like, oh, that's a weird collab. But it's not weird if you're trying to reach out to people and put the name out there and bring awareness to the industry as a whole. I think Patek looks at AP as doing some of the work for them, or Rolex or RM even, because they just kind of sit back and do their thing, and they don't need to work very hard on bringing in new customers from outside, you know, the watch space. And I don't know, I just think it's good for the growth of watches in general to have these kind of things. And I think it's necessary, because what ends up happening is, you know, all these brands are ramping up production. And then if you have a limited pool of people and you're not kind of staying in the mainstream focus, I think that watches could easily fall off in popularity if you didn't have these brands. That's my perspective on it. I think it's very important, and like I'll give an example too. The Moon Swatch, right? That was like, everybody's like, what, the watch people are like, what are you doing taking a Speedmaster that's, you know, $5 to $8 grand, one of the most iconic watches, and making a plastic version? Like, you're so dumb to do that, right? And you're kind of like, as a money grab, you're just kind of using that form and then saying bioceramic when it's really plastic, you know, and putting in a quartz watch. It's just like dumbing down as a money grab, right? By some people. When it came out, they were like up in arms, the speedy people, right? But what it did was, you had lines out the door. You had people saying, wow, this is crazy. They're giving it for only $300. I can actually wear it. And people are buying them up like crazy in Europe, especially, where you have crime and other things that you didn't feel comfortable wearing your watches, and you start wearing these watches. so much so that it becomes like super mainstream, right? It came the hottest thing when it came out. They sold like 2 million watches or something in the first year, some crazy number.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's really good for the industry because, again, you're getting people used to wearing watches that are not an Apple Watch. And somebody might start out with the Moose watch and then move into Swiss watches, right? A certain percentage of those people, and they'll move into Speedies, and they'll move into then Rolex, and then up the chain. So I think that was really good for the Swiss watch industry to kind of capture that. In that sense, I don't know that it's the best long-term thing to make plastic versions of all your watches, but that's Swatch Group,
I think that I agree what you say on the moon swatch side. Well, I agree with everything you said, but I definitely think that the mega swatch, moon swatch, Blancpain swatch, all that will have a bigger positive impact for the whole industry and community versus a Richard Mille. I do think Richard Mille brings tons of eyeballs. I mean, if you watch Drive to Survive on Netflix, everybody has an RM on.
Right.
They're doing the tires, everybody has an RM on. So that's a real great branding, but the accessibility portion of it is just so out of whack. And how do you even get one? Whereas the great thing about a moon swatch, even though getting one was not the easiest, the price point was so much better. And I do think in like a small way, it was nice. It was nice for Swatch to get a good profit eat and a good market boost, in my opinion. Because at the end of the day, Swatch, they did save us from the quartz industry and Mr. Hayek and all that. Even though we're so far removed from that, I always like to me, it's like there's certain companies that can do certain things, and I'm not so mad about the Swatch doing the plastic watches. Because at the end of the day, they made the Swatch watch, which saved us all, saved me, right? I probably wouldn't be selling watches if there wasn't a Swatch watch. So,
and similarly, AP saved the Swiss watch industry as well when they came out with, a steel timepiece that was more expensive than the gold, right? And integrated watches. That was a huge turning point too.
For sure.
But
I'd say,
yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I think the point with Richard Mille is there's another very important segment that they're capturing, which is the high-end, ultra wealthy individuals that are into cars, right? Specifically, or into tennis, or into all of the high-end sports that they're collaborating with. I think that's another key segment for the Swiss watch industry. If the highest level people, if the Mark Zuckerbergs are not wearing watches, and he's saying they're stupid, and nobody's wearing watches up there, nobody looks up to it anymore, right? As a successful people wear watches, right?
Yeah.
Aspirational, which is a huge part of what they're selling, right? They're selling status, and they're selling, when you make it, then you can buy a watch, right? That's how it's seen for a lot of these timepieces. So I don't know. I think both of those are key in different ways, right? And what they're doing. So
I know, but you cut off CQ when he was about to say, but this collaboration with Cause and some of the other questionable ones are destroying their brand and their legacy. But I don't want to put words in your mouth.
No, listen. I'll never say destroy, because when you have such a long history, it's so easy to correct things, right? And it's so easy to pivot the other way. And people thought the Royal Oak was a desecration of even going back to automatic watches after quartz. They thought that's just a Neanderthal thinking. And if the gentleman from Zenith didn't save the parts for the El Primero, what would Zenith be now? They'd probably be a forgotten brand. What I was gonna say when I said, but I think it's when you say Royal Oak saved the industry and definitely turned it luxury, I agree with that so much. And I think Rolex has so much to pay, or not homage, I don't know the right word, but without the Royal Oak being released and doing so well, Rolex doesn't become the luxury watch. In my opinion, they were making the best steel tool watches out there. All of a sudden, AP said, hey, steel is luxury now. Who's making the best steel watch? Rolex. And all of a sudden, they were already, on a higher end path. But I think when steel became luxury and AP made that happen, and then Patek comes a couple years later, and then the Laureato, and then all these, then all of a sudden Rolex just becomes, hey, we're luxury. We're not just a tool watch. You don't need me to just dive. You could wear me while you're traveling. You could give me to your wife. Not me, but a Rolex watch. And it just kind of changed the whole perception. So I do agree. I think AP had such a dramatic push on the industry, which is why I don't like to harp on them too much, but I do feel like you need some voices out there to like rein it in a little bit, because people like us who are talking, I'm in the industry, you guys are collectors, and you talk to many collectors, and you got to keep your ear to the ground if you're these big brands. Because I see Zuck wearing this piece, and like it doesn't look organic. It might be, but something about it, like you guys said, it just doesn't. It looks like somebody shoved them a bunch of watches, and it's like, hey, we're the code for us. We'll give you the Tom Brady watch. You saw it, right? We're going to give you a nice Facebook logo with some sapphires, and we'll put Zuck on it. So just wear this code 11 for a little bit.
Yeah, what's interesting about that is I don't think AP gave him that watch. I think it was 1916 company, because he's kind of been known to be working with them on some of these watches.
So I don't have any knowledge about that.
Okay,
but
I would got that FP Journe, right?
Sure. And it could be from them, but like I would expect more Journe, Debutune. Like I wouldn't expect them to put this on his wrist. This helps them in zero. This helps AP way more than it helps them. If that synergy that you're talking about is real and true, I'm expecting to see Debutune, FP Journe, a bunch of Journes, a bunch of Debutunes, maybe some Langes, maybe some really freaky stuff. But AP is not a brand that, like, if you're going to use that impact, if I was a secondary company, and if I was the 1916 company and I had other brands that, I'm literally invested in, I'm not pushing him to wear the AP. Maybe in a world where they presented a bunch of watch, but again, I don't.
Right.
I personally don't see that. It could be happening, but I personally seeing this watch doesn't make me think that. Now you show me the Journe, you show me the Debutune, I could think that, but I could also say, hey, he might have put up with a couple of dealers in LA who are very tuned to independence as well. Who would, like, there's a few guys I know that if you ended up walking into their shops, I could see them wearing Debutune, Grubels, FP Journes, this type of piece. As well, but I don't think a secondary dealer gave him this watch. I think they sold it. If a secondary dealer gave him this watch, some money was a sale was done, and they were happy to sell this watch.
Yeah, sure. Well, the way I look at what his collection looks like to me is that somebody from 1916 company contacted him and said, hey, here's some different watches, kind of look at what you like after, maybe hearing about the wedding, and how he was interested. And to me, it's like, hey, here's some watches, pick some out that you like. And he's just picking watches that he thinks are cool. I don't think there's no like rhyme or reason to what he's doing in terms of like, he doesn't have like a specific thing he's looking for with the watches, and he's not getting like the Mark Wahlberg watches, right?
Well, he's not there. He doesn't have to spend,
Right.
Mark is a spender. Mark truly, spends and has the profile. Patek doesn't really care about the celebrity.
So I guess what I'm saying is this is not an AP plant. I think this is just like a watch you like, oh, that looks cool to him. You know what I mean? And I'm sure 1916 was like happy to make that sale. It was a big sale. I mean, those are expensive watches.
Exactly. In that scenario, yes, I agree definitely. Because if Zuck called me while I was there, this would possibly be a watch I sold to him for sure. Yeah. Not a watch that I pushed on him. Yeah,
because you're like, these are high-end watches that not everybody has, right?
Yes.
And here's kind of cool stuff. Like, what do you think of this? Oh, it's $350,000. Cool. The price tag doesn't matter to him, right? So it's all going to be about like, I think that's what's going to be kind of cool to see on his taste is like, he's not going to have the most hype watches because they're going to send him the expensive watches first.
Well, it depends, right? Like if he goes to Switzerland and he puts up with the right people, he has the right conversations, his
Right.
taste will all of a sudden evolve. And then he's
Right.
just wearing Rejepi and
Right.
Ludwig Bauer. Like when the real watch
Right.
guys get him in the
Right.
corner
Oh,
and they're
yeah.
like, hey,
Yeah.
bro,
Yeah,
come on. You
exactly.
got real, you got that money where we could go do
Right.
4. Like you're kind of toying around with the
Right.
weird stuff right now.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. But the other thing I wanted to just, this is what I've heard, is that AP actually wasn't a fan of that Tom Brady watch. Like Tom Brady
sure.
like commissioned it with them, and they were kind of like, ooh, but he was like, no, I want it to, have the 7, diamonds and all this stuff. And they're kind of like, the AP people I know are like, that watch is so ugly, like he made us
stupid
make
decision.
it, you know what I mean? But like, that wasn't like a collab. It was like, this is something he asked for. So,
I don't think
I don't know.
that watch wasn't meant to be sold at least for 10 years.
No.
That's the type of watch that, I'm sure they've done a few of those, but usually people in the Middle East or Asia or very high net worth clients who just don't show their pieces who get things like that. But for them to make, that type of piece, for him to auction it, it's such a weird scenario to me, because like as a watch guy, my heart breaks, because it's like, why would you choose a salmon turby? Why would you and then why would you immediately sell it and not even let it get some mystique, or like, oh man, this is the watch that we saw? It's so like commercial to me. That's a very weird transaction, but definitely feels like something that was agreed to and forced down.
If you're AP, I wouldn't be happy.
Store.
If you're AP, I wouldn't be happy that's going for sale, because you're like, that's not my best foot forward for this auction, right? And I don't know. It's funny. Everybody thinks like, oh, these brands are so happy with the auction. It's like, yeah, it goes both ways. Sometimes the brand's not happy with the auction. Like somebody that wasn't supposed to sell it, like Patek was very upset that Sly Stallone sold his watch without even wearing it.
But I'd be much more upset about this watch being sold than Stallone with the Grandmaster chime. Even though I understand,
because it's a piece unique, right? Like you're making it for him. It's like Kevin O'Leary turning around and selling that AP that they made for him, right?
Exactly. And it's like, hey, the Grandmaster chime, it's kind of it's an investment watch no matter what. You know what I mean? So it's like, I've already spent so much with you, Patek. I would like a gift, and you gave me the gift, and you're sad that I sold it, but I'm Sylvester Stallone, whatever. This is like, hey, I kind of forced some guys to make this who for sure didn't want to make this. And then I'm not even going to wear it out. I'm just going to like wear it to one event, get some shine on it, and then flip it. And it's like, I would be, if I was a person who greenlit this, I'd be very, very upset. Because it's like, why not at least hold it on for a couple years, wear it to a couple more events, or like, it just makes it look like we'll bend over for anybody. So I know for sure there's a lot of big AP collectors who saw something like this, and they're like, I'm not spending 6 figures with you guys anymore, because you guys will do anything. The whole beauty about like a Journe, a Patek, a lot of these brands is that you can't make them do what you want, no matter how much you spend. So you know that like your investment is protected, and there won't be too many weird, funky versions of your watch out there, And with AP right now, there is every version of every watch. Literally, somebody could say, hey, they'll put your name on the watch, and look, they literally did it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so, you can change the rotor with AP now.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, it makes it, again, when you're talking about this price level, I think, certain things should be a little bit more curated, because once it goes out into the world now, there's for sure a few more of these being made, because there are going to be some big ballers who are like, you did it for Brady, you can't tell me no. And then you're going to start seeing those out in auctions and those on Instagram. And as soon as you see like 4 or 5 of these, it dilutes the watch, the base watch. That was such an amazing piece. You're like, this is I don't know what this is.
Kind of. I mean, I think that, I see it as the opposite for AP. Like, I like that they make so many versions of the Royal Oak that anybody can kind of hone in on their taste specifically, right? Like, there are so many, so why did you pick that one? Well, I really like that one, right? Like, you kind of have that effect where it's like, it's not just a blue dial 5711 that somebody else is going to have in the room. Like, there's so many different versions out there that you're more likely going to have, something a little different than everybody else, even though it's a Royal Oak, right? So like you kind of have those options. But I think the biggest thing that I see with RM and AP is that they've made kind of a new category in watches. Like you talk about integrated sports watches were a new beginning for sports watches, right? And then Swatch came in and they made affordable automatic timepieces. And there's a bunch of other things. Patek made the Nautiluses with complications finally. And AP did the same. But I think that AP and RM with their kind of higher end stuff have made this is outside of the Royal Oak, like in the concept line, they're really making a new category of performance timepieces, like high-end performance timepieces that are like, really what RM says, the racing machine on the wrist. Like they've made a new category, and I think they're pretty happy with that, how that category is going. And I think that they've captured kind of a segment that was all over the place. They would buy Pateks, they would buy Rolex, they would buy, Omega Speedmasters. Like they buy all kinds of stuff before if they're into racing, but now it's like RM is like the king of racing now, right? I mean,
Yeah, this is true. I always think, like, when I think about RM, I just think about Hublot. And there was a time, specifically 2014 to 2013 to 2016, where Hublot was so hot. I had a friend who worked in one of their big boutiques. You couldn't get a discount on Hublot. If you were a VVIP, it was 15% off on Hublot. To the point where AP lowered their gold price watches because the Hublots or the King Bang, the King Power, Sol Gold were just so well priced and was just a great looking watch. It was stealing AP's lunch. And then you look at Hublot now, and Hublot did all the right things when it comes to collaborations, relationships, marketing. You had Jean-Claude Biver pushing it like a monster. He was on forums answering people and giving people extra warranty, and they did such amazing things. And now it's 2024, and like you mentioned Hublot, like if somebody comes to me and I'm like, hey, they're like, hey, could you suggest some watches under 10 grand or under whatever? And I put a Hublot out. It's as if I've insulted them and slapped them with a stinky fish. You know what I mean? And they're like, what? How would you see me as a Hublot person? I was like, well, this is so it's interesting to me just how things flip. And when I look at RM, I see a high dollar point. I see some really creative watches, some really cool collaborations. But when I start to go under the hood, it's like, well, these are Parmigianis. These are Parmigiani and Hermes movements. And when I look at their watches, nobody's charging me anywhere near what the RMs are charging me. And yes, you could say certain complications warrant it, but it's just a lot of it is like, this is just a very fashion hype brand right now, even though they do amazing things. And I just wonder, like in 10, 15 years, what are they worth? Like the great thing of even AP, there's a 60-year-old, 70-year-old guy with endless money who's buying up all the APs, who he's just loved APs for years, from his childhood, from his 70s, and he's just gobbling up. He's never going to sell them. He's told his kids, you never sell this. This goes with the family, blah, blah, blah. I just don't know if that's happening with RM, if that makes sense. I don't know if the generations will collect.
Yeah, well, I mean, the way I look at it is RM is much safer than other brands because RM has captured the I don't care what this watch is worth segment more than any other brand right now. Like they're at the top. They're above Patek. Like people with RMs are spending serious money, way above Patek to buy these watches, right? Like okay, the Grandmaster chimes up there, right? But like RM
per capita, yes, per capita for sure.
RM
the
can
RM guys
sell
spending
you,
more.
$2 million watches all day, right? And I think what's interesting about RM and what's different than an Hublot or a Franck Muller that some people are like, well, look at those brands. That could happen to RM. It's like, yeah, that could happen to any brand, right? What's different about RM though is that they've actually, and you mentioned like Parmigiani making the movement. Well, it's semantics, right? Because every watch brand, you know, has either in-house, right? Most of them didn't make their own chronographs for years and years and years and years,
Correct.
right? But what RM's doing is, hey, we're small, right? And they're very curated. They're very small. They only make 5,000 watches. If they could buy Parmigiani up and bring it all in-house, and then it would be Richard Mille, right? But they are specifically designed in collaboration with Parmigiani. It's not just like a Parmigiani movement slapped in there, right? It's made for the Richard Mille case, right? Case shape. And it's like specifically designed. And then RM has their in-house chronograph that they make, and they make, 6701, 6702. They make a lot of those newer movements, and they're trying to move it in-house more, right? But I think that when you look at them, under the hood, that's where Hublot really screwed themselves, is that they didn't make a racing machine. They made materials, they made modern, they made colors, right? They put the strap, they were the first to put the rubber strap on there, right? Yep. And so they kind of had that lurking in the background of like, well, what's actually of substance to a person that's into watches? And then RM has the benefit of the people that are into cars are very much mechanical people. Like they're into the engines, they're into the specs, they're into all that stuff. And that's where like RM's architecture and design really captures them differently than at Hublot, where they Hublot screwed themselves same way Panerai screwed themselves, right? Panerai was really hot. They started making those movements and saying they were theirs, and it's like that's a good way to kill your brand, basically. We found that out. And Franck Muller, it was just like a disaster of cocaine, right? With with his name.
I think somebody should bring him back. I hear such good stories about like fun times.
Hopefully he's cleaned up his act and everything, and is doing better. But like I think that's what really killed that brand. It wasn't that all of a sudden everybody's like, oh, we don't want these anymore. It's like, no, who wants a brand when the main person is that wild that you don't know if your money's going to go to zero on that watch, and I think FP Journe's been on the edge lately of having some issues with that too, right? To be honest, like there's been some rumors and there's been some speculation about things and stories flying around. And
for him, like the production is so low, the success is so great. Like I think he's beyond reproach. I think the issue Franck Muller probably had is how his watches were distributed through the old-fashioned distributor then AD system. So once your AD start discounting you heavy, so if they lose confidence, you're done because they're just discounting you. And I saw something that Roman Sharf put on a short that was interesting, where when Franck Muller first came out, or when all the websites had him, Franck Muller kept sending cease and desist, so he and all the other guys took them off. So I wonder how much that affected them as well. But you're right, that his behavior, I don't know, but like it probably did start a domino effect that I think Effie Jorn, it can't happen in the same way because his watches aren't distributed the same way at all.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just saying I'm not saying that's going to, like, we don't know what's going to happen, right, with anything, but like, I think it's something that, people are a little nervous. We'll just say that. People are a little nervous. If they own them, they're a little nervous. If they're thinking about buying them, they're a little nervous right now. And I don't know that that's going to, they only make 2,000 watches, so people are still going to buy. But I think it's one of those things where, like, if something, he'd have to do something pretty
It'd have to be
pretty
very
wild, right?
yeah, it's very wild,
Right.
very public.
Again, yeah.
And like even honestly, if he did something very wild, very public, if he just sold the company to, if he just distanced himself far enough from the company, it would probably figure itself out, and the business would,
Right.
People are not going to stop buying his watches. Just I don't think so. But hey, anything can happen. We're looking at a Tom Brady Royal Oak right now, and I would bet all the money in my future earnings as well as my past earnings, this watch would never publicly exist. So anything can.
What's funny though is with watch auctions, that watch might go for a lot of money because it's so stupid and unique and ugly. Like people like ugly. Like ugly sells in auctions. It's funny. Like we just had the banana auction, that ridiculous scene where it's a duct tape banana, $6 million, and the guy eats it. It's like there's a lot of money out there, right? And I think that's one place that all the Swiss watch brands, I think in the back of their minds, number one is always their brand legacy. Okay, for the independent ones especially, but it's dollars for Richemont and Swiss Watch, right? The Swatch Group. Yep. But for the independents, it's always legacy, because where does Rolex need more money from? It's a foundation. What does Patek need more money from? They're so ridiculously well. It's like saying, oh, the Swiss banking industry is trying to money grab. It's like like they're Harvard is not money grabbing, guys. Like, exactly. They care about their legacy, right? And so they're operating a different way. But I think in the back of their heads, they're looking at art and saying, we would love to be the next art. We would like to go into the art category where when something comes up for auction that's rare, and it already is, right? Technically, some of the stuff is in the art auction genre with these auction houses, in the prices that they're getting for that Patek that just went for some ridiculous number, right? The 5711 with engravement. That's an art piece, right? I mean, I think we can all say that's an art piece. It's for sure an engravement. So I think that's where they would love to position themselves and continue to be seen as, you're getting a mechanical art. And I think that's different than AP and RM going more in the mechanical performance, modern interpretation of what a watch should be. And I think they're ahead of the curve on that. I think Patek is playing a little bit of catch up with some of the sports stuff and crossover and wearability stuff, but I don't know that they're going to go into the modern stuff like AP and RM. I think they kind of stay in their lane, right?
No, not necessary. Maybe they'll do advanced research or something like that and give you like something funky, but nothing consistent.
That's about as far as they go, right?
Yeah.
Advanced research, Aquanaut. Yeah, that's a good example. But I think they're just in different lanes, and I almost wish that AP would come out and be like, we don't want to be in the Holy Trinity anymore. We're over here with RM and MB&F and Parmesan and Grubel Forzi and the performance high-end watch category. Like this is it. And I think they'd prefer to be in that. I think they look at that's the future for them, and they're trying to capture young people with that.
I just think you might be completely right. I just think they make so much watches for it to be pointed in that direction. Not to say they can't make it work, because there are enough wealthy people out there. It's just like, to play in such a fickle situation. At the end of the day, RM makes 5,000 watches. You know what I mean? They can figure out how to move 5,000. Grubel makes a couple hundred. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like doable. But when you start talking 50, 60,000 a year to say, hey, we're just going to go nouveau riche, like it's very, very doable. But that is such a fickle crowd. And they could just say, a few things happen and it's like, I don't like AP anymore. And you've divested yourself from all those legacy collectors and generational families who only collect certain brands. That is just like so much money you throw out,
Yeah, no, I think they're kind of have their hand in both right now. I think their concept line is more that, right? More on the Richard Mille side, and they share movements with Richard Mille on
Yep.
stuff and everything. Like their GMT, concept chronographs are very Richard Mille level, and Grubel Forsey level of, high end, sporty, futuristic, modern
Not Forsey
interpretation,
level,
right?
but close. The
I'm
finishing
not
on
saying
Grubel's,
I'm not saying the finishing, but like the kind of
the
the
technology, yes.
technology and the look and everything else. They're kind of in that same performance, right? I call it high end performance wristwatches, right? It's a high. I mean, they're not looking for the average Joe. This is people
No,
that are into cars. Purnell's kind of an outlier in that as well, right? They're super high, high money, right? High
yes.
end. But they're trying to find their way in the space, and I think AP has been transitioning into more of that stuff. But I think they're just trying to make modern watches. That's the way I look at them. Like I think people that have a problem with them, usually it's because they're comparing them to Patek or Vacheron or other brands that are very, very conservative, that change a dial color once every 5 years, and that's their changes. And it's kind of shocking to them when AP comes out with a ceramic Royal Oak or a,
Yeah.
alt metallic glass bezel, right? Like they're just like, what is this? Like you're not supposed to do that to a watch, right? And I think that's where the shock factor is. But I don't know. It's just a different way of looking at the same stuff. Like people are very traditional in the watch space, and they like their brands. And I get why people don't like AP. Like I get it, because they're into traditional watches, right? And so
Well,
it doesn't make sense to them.
I think if AP just fix their accessibility problem, then a lot of the heat goes away. But the problem is when you have the accessibility problem and you're doing things that are like very out there, I think it gets people into that little the stir of like, why are you even showing me this new expensive watch when I can't even just walk in and get
Right.
a watch? So it makes the
Yeah.
vitriol just kind of stew even more. If this was released, if the cars features were released, and we were speaking like 10 years ago, where we could buy an offshore, you could buy a silver black dial Royal Oak, blah blah blah. This doesn't make us yell, really, to be honest with you. This is just like, oh wow, not for me, but cool that they make this. It becomes that type of watch. But when I can't easily attain a watch, and you see something like this, it makes you nitpick, because you just at least me, I'm thinking about the good old days when my clients were able to get pieces like this fairly easily, where now
Yeah.
it's such a struggle. So it makes you
Right.
I understand why people get a little bit heated against some of these brands, because at the end of the day, I can't easily get one, and I'm spending so much
Yeah.
money. So when you see like freaky things like this, it's hard for me to be like, oh man, this is awesome. Where like when you see like the Patek handcraft pieces, I'm just in awe. Or even Vacheron, when they do their unique pieces, like I'm in awe, because at a certain point, certain Pateks are accessible, certain Vacherons you can just walk in and get. So I'm not looking at this big piece of unobtainium throughout the whole catalog. So I often wonder if they, I don't know if they can ever fix it. It's that issue of people getting pieces. I don't know if they want to, but I think that solves a lot of the heat, the pressure cooker that they're kind of putting themselves in, where every
Yeah.
release we look at and we were very, very critical, because you're kind of making us be critical, because we're just in a world where nobody can get a watch. So now for every watch that comes out, I need to be extra, fine-tooth comb and ask you, why did you do this and why do you do that? Because I can't just get a watch now. So now everything is just it's more difficult for everybody, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I understand that, but I think it's reality. The last 4 years has changed everything.
True.
And it's not going back. Like when COVID hit, it changed the entire market for the future, and it's not going to just all of a sudden go back to where it was. Like it doesn't work like that. And Instagram and popularity of watches exploded, and we forget already. Tudors weren't in the case. You couldn't get a Speedmaster in the case. 0 Rolexes in the case. No exhibition models was a couple of years ago, right?
Gerard Perigo is going 2x, 3x.
Right, exactly, right? And we already forget. We're already like moved on, and we're saying, well, the market has crashed. We should be able to walk into AP and get a watch. And you've got all these YouTubers saying, oh, the market's crashed. Go to AP now and you can get your watches. It's like, no, like AP's clientele net worth is so high, people don't understand it. Like the reason they don't go into Richard Mille is because they're saying, well, 165,000 is the starting point, so I'm not going to try. Or some people just go in there and try at 165 and realize real quick, like, I don't really belong in this playground. They're offering me a watch for 340,000 as my starting watch, right? So it's like like that kind of cuts out a lot of that. But like at 25,000, 30,000 for a Royal Oak, people are like, hey, I've been buying Rolex. I can afford this, right? I'll trade in a couple Rolex and I'll get this. It doesn't work like that. What you need to have for AP and Patek is you need to be willing to spend 400,000 realistically to be buying multiple watches. Their customers are at that level where they're spending 400,000, just, and then you can maybe turn over some watches into the new watches and do a little bit of that. Right. But you have to at least be thinking about that range, or else it's like, and Richard Mille is like $1 million, right?
Unless you're very plugged in, you got to spend.
You can buy a couple watches and kind of chill, right? For Richard Mille too, like they understand it's a lot of money. But
speaking of, just interrupt real briefly. Just if you're thinking about spending between $400,000 and $1 million today, I want to remind you that you can do that by reaching out to CQ, who's in Orlando right now. There's a Cyber Monday sale going on right now. So log on to davidsw.com or call David SW right now. Ask for CQ. Well, don't call right now because he's on the live stream, but wait about 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. Five minutes. I got to hop on because you got to do we're doing a little Cyber Monday live as well. But yes, we have amazing sales going on. Check out davidsw.com. Really good deals. And we're doing something special. If you buy a watch, we're giving you a little chunk off of jewelry as well. We do some jewelry. So good time to pick up an easy gift for the wife as well. Appreciate the plug.
All right. Yep. Little plug. And by the way, I also want to plug Sotheby's, by the way. Sotheby's is doing the GOAT, the greatest of all time auction this upcoming Tuesday in New York City. 44 lots or 42 lots from Tom Brady are being auctioned off, 22 of which are timepieces. And if, at some point later in the program, we'll probably go through them all, but it includes that hideous Tom Brady, that beautiful Tom Brady Royal Oak that you see on the screen here, 3 Richard Milles, and a whole bunch of IWCs and Rolexes as well. What irks me about like how myopic people in the watch industry are in auction houses, like the watch has to be set at 10:09 or whatever that stupid time is, regardless of the fact that it's covering up the A. Like no one looks at that and goes, well, wait a minute, this is the Tom Brady watch. We want to make sure that the index isn't obscured by the hand. So let's move it a little bit. But they're so fucking dogmatic in their view that the people at the auction house like, no, it has to be 10:10. But some photographers like, yeah, but it's covering up the A. It's like, it doesn't matter. It has to be. It's like, what fucking industry are we in? What kind of watch hobby is this where you can't look at that and go, dude, it's covering up the A. Move it.
It's so funny, but it is such a thing. The 10:10, the 10:2, whatever. So in a situation like this at David SW, we'd have put the hour and a minute, like kind of straddling the.
Are you sure you would have? Are you sure you would have?
No. I got into a big thing because I had to cover for our photographer who went on vacation, and for certain watches, if it's going to cover the logo, we will adjust it and have the hour hand going more around 6:30 or something like. Not many watches, but for watches like this where it kind of covers up the A, people will understand this instance of you making a minute hand under the Y or something like that,
Yeah.
just to, you know.
But there are 22 pieces being auctioned off. I will probably be there in New York on Tuesday.
Are you gonna
Not
bid?
bidding on pieces, but just kind of like hanging out. This is row one. Here's row two. A couple of Richard Milles. So the first row here, the estimates are all in the hundreds of thousands: 600 to 900, 400 to 800, 300 to 500. Row two, more expensive watches: two Richard Milles, a 65 and an 11, and then a whole bunch of Rolex and Patek Philippe's and IWC. So it'll be a fun auction, guys. If you're in New York City, reach out to me, and we'll hang out at the Tom Brady Greatest of All Time auction. 22 of the 40 plus pieces are timepieces, so it'll be fun to kind of hang out. And but yeah, I mean, why is the industry so fucking dogmatic that they can't, just look at that and go,
it's
it's blocking the A.
You'll get a WhatsApp message, no matter what company you work for, big or small. If you take a photo and the hours aren't, you'll get a message in the middle of the night like, "Hey, can we make this? Can you make it smile? This is the watch is smiling here," is what people call it. So if you don't make the watch smile, it's not going to be photogenic for you. It's the funniest thing. It looks great, but in some situations where it's an uber complicated watch, or like this, where it's like just move the minute hand. Nobody's gonna write in saying, "Oh, so unprofessional that you didn't move the hand there."
I just don't get it. The industry sometimes irks me, but hey, it's our fun little hobby. Ryan Hofrey in the chat said, reminder: David SW. Yeah, CQ's in Orlando today, so reach out to davidsw.com and ask for CQ, and he'll help you out. If you want to spend between $400,000 and $1 million today, it's the Cyber Monday sale at David SW.
Listen, I will do something very special if you want to spend $400,000 to $1 million. If you spend $1 million with me today, I'll give you into tomorrow. By end of day tomorrow, if you spend $1 million with me, every watch will be hand delivered by CQ himself. I will give you any sign, memorabilia you'd like, and I'll spend a full 24 hours, talking watches with you. If you spend $1 million with me by the end of December 3rd, and I tell you what, I'll throw in a kick, and it's legally binding. If you spend $1 million with me by the end of December 3rd. Come down to the Virgin Islands on CQ. We'll have an amazing time. We'll talk some watches. We'll drink some pina coladas and we'll have some good times. I'll even get you on a sailboat. $1 million offer only on the Watch Colony.
That's right. For Watch Colony subscribers only. The CQ experience available only at davidsw.com.
Exactly. I love it. Well, I gotta run, guys. It's been amazing. If you guys are still on after my little Cyber Monday thing, I'll pop back on. Okay.
Yeah, we'll be on probably a bit later today. Don't know if we'll be on for much longer, but thanks for jumping on, CQ.
Anytime. A pleasure. Happy holidays, guys.
Happy holidays. Thanks for hopping on. Have a great afternoon. Yep. Cheers. What do you think? What is your favorite? I'm going to show you this one and these two. Which one is your favorite Richard Mille out of the Tom Brady collection? Is it the RM11, the RM65, or the RM35?
So I got a chance to try on. One of the Boston crew has the RM35, and it's incredible watch. I really like that one, RM35 Nadal. The pushing the button and the rotor changes, like, I don't know, it's just like a genius fix. And it's funny, like, everybody looks at FP Journe, like he's known for like solving problems and doing things in a way to like that makes sense. And Richard Mille does that too. It's like, hey, when you're playing golf or tennis, you don't want your watch breaking. So how do we stop the rotor from moving, the rotor from moving? And it's like, this is like just a genius idea, right? You can change how fast it spins, the momentum, depending on what you're doing. So very cool. Yeah, the other ones are a little big for me. So that's what, personally, I would take this one. 100%. Maybe in 10 years, I'll have a Nadal.
Yeah, by the way, someone sent me an image. We've been talking a lot about in recent days about the very interesting rebranding campaign from Jaguar. And we have received from a member of the Colony audience a supposed leaked images of the new automobiles, and I'll pull them up on the screen here. I don't know if these are real or not. These look like computer renderings, but these aren't even. I mean, this is just pie in the sky, computer generated garbage. I mean, a sixth grader could have
the
these
Chrysler
together.
300s, you know, or the what were those ones? The Chrysler, the wagon type thing. You know what I'm talking about? It used to be like a wood PT Cruiser. PT Cruiser. You get PT Cruiser vibes.
like a
big time.
Like an elongated PT Cruiser.
Yeah. A little.
Earl's is in the chat. Earl says, I joined late today, but did people discuss the leaked photos of the new jet? Well, here it is. Here is the leaked photo of they're doing an event in Miami today at Jaguar where they're revealing these models, and apparently this is a leaked image. I can't confirm its authenticity, but wanted to pull it up.
Cool. Hey, I gotta actually run, but it was nice talking with CQ.
Yep.
And
thanks for jumping on.
Yeah. All right. Cheers, everybody.
All right. Cheers. Have a good one. All right. I think we are going to call it. We have 50 people watching right now across both channels, which is absolutely phenomenal. If anybody wants to jump on, the link is pinned at the top of the chat on the OC channel, and it's somewhere in the chat on the other channels. So feel free to jump on. Otherwise, we'll probably call it. It's been, we did a nice 2-hour live stream this afternoon. Anybody have any topics or questions that they want to cover? Let me know. I don't think there's any other watch news other than for those of you who just joined us. I do want to remind you, just in case you join the live stream, that the Ananur, that IWC has just introduced the Ananur with a blue dial. So the blue dial gets added to the lineup. Check that out. Looks pretty good. It's still the same price as before, $11,700. It's stainless steel with full brushed treatment. Check it out. This is a pretty good photo here. As you can see, they're using the full brushed bracelet on this one, as opposed to the polished intermediate links that they have on the teal one, the blue-green one. Watch It's Brian is in the chat. Hey, OC, want to do an unboxing? Sure. Why not? Jump on. Unboxings are good. We like unboxings. As a matter of fact, one of the great unboxings that was done was Brian with the two-tone 5980 Patek Philippe with the blue dial. Gorgeous. I still think about that watch. So very cool. Guys, upvote the live stream. We still have 50 people watching across both streams. Upvote the live stream on the original OC channel. If you're watching on that channel, please get us to 30 likes. Head on over there and tap the thumbs up button. Get us to 30 likes on the OC channel. hit that like button also on the Watch Colony channel too. On the Watch Colony channel, let's get to 25 likes. As a matter of fact, let's get to 30 likes. Let's get to 30 likes on the Watch Colony channel. Vimal asks, our thoughts on the new Armin Strom? Jeez, are you serious? We're going to lose viewers, Vimal. We're going to lose viewers. But here it is. This is the new open worked Armin Strom. It's copper. Actually don't mind the finishing on that copper plate. It's kind of cool. But the watch itself, not a huge fan. There's too many watch brands, guys. There's way too many watch brands. And unless you're someone who has like a massive collection and really, really incredible taste, like PG, right? PG, of course, he's going to have an Armin Strom. How much is this thing? 25,000 Swiss francs, and it's a limited edition of 10 pieces. So in other words, nobody's going to get this. So listen, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Is it nice looking? Yeah, it's fine. But no one needs to buy this thing. Literally no one. This is a good looking watch. I can see people buying this. Will the copper tarnish? That's a good question. Let's see. It's a copper colored main plate and copper colored PVD. I don't think it is likely to discolor. Speaking of discoloration, hey, Brian, what's up?
Am I on? Hello.
You're on. Check.
Hello.
You're on.
I'd like to do my best impersonation of Rolex. Hello.
Hello.
Thank you. There we go. I'm here.
Well, it's a box. It is open, so technically it's an unboxing.
It's already been out of the box, but
don't tell the miss.
Yeah. I did enjoy our dear friend Boston Collector's love affair with the butt cheeks of Audemars Piguet. I hope he's still listening. I thought that was a very nice. Yeah,
I'm sure he is.
Yeah.
Boston is firmly entrenched in the throes of supporting 2 or 3 very, very big corporate watch brands.
Yeah. I believe the term is
ball
he
washing.
Drank the Kool-Aid.
Oh, that too.
Yeah. Firmly entranced in the Kool-Aid. Yeah.
How are things there? By the way, we were just talking to CQ, who's right down the street from you.
Yeah, he came up here to get some cold air.
It's cold, huh? It's actually a very nice day here in the Northeast. It was sunny.
Today's nice. It's like a high of 68 or 70, something like that. But cold.
It's 38 here, but it's in the sun. It wasn't that bad. But the sun's going to go down and it'll be freezing soon.
Yeah, I did have to turn off the heater on my pool.
Oh, so sad.
Yeah, the heater is really only effective if the low temperature at night stays in the 60s. After
otherwise it takes way too long. You can't get it up into because I like my pool at 92. That's where we like it. So if it's in the 70s, it takes overnight to get up to 92.
92 is not a pool. 92 is a hot tub.
It's a bath. I know. That's the way we like it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
tell us what's in
96. Yeah, 96 to 98 degrees is the temperature of urine. So
that's wonderful to know.
yeah, just sharing. Yeah.
So let's see. Let's recap what after you bought the Patek Philippe 5980 two-tone with the blue dial, you ended up purchasing you bought a Tudor pink chronograph.
Yeah.
Was there something in between there, or was that the last one?
No, so on that 4-watch unboxing, I did the Breguet Type 21 in gold, the Patek, the Tudor pink chronograph, which is a collaboration. If you look, there's an artist in Taiwan or somewhere in Hong Kong that the pink is in collaboration with. And I also did the two-tone Rolex GMT Master, the older one, which is no longer with me because shortly after I had purchased that one, I got the Guinness.
That's right. That's right.
And the Guinness on Jubilee was a much more comfortable piece because I like the Jubilee bracelets better. So I am now officially back down to 4 GMT Masters.
Ooh, only 4?
Yeah, 3 GMT Master 2s, 1 GMT Master 1 with a Tiffany stamp dial. However, I did pick up the Black Bay 58 GMT on rubber. So I have 2 Tudors. And this is where we see if I get booted from the channel.
Nah, not going to boot you. What we will do is this: you've made further consolidations, or is this a net new purchase, a +1?
This is actually I guess in order, it's a -1 because 2 left and 1 came in, plus some cash.
Interesting. Okay, because I'm greedy, what I'm going to say is this: if you're on the original OC channel, to support the community and the channel and to show your appreciation for Brian jumping on, someone who's not a member, please become a member, or someone super chat, and we'll do the unboxing. Make it a nice big fat super chat, though. Come on, guys, don't be cheap. It's Brian's doing a 2-for-1 here. He got rid of 2. He got 1 plus added cash. So it's a doozy. It's got to be something interesting at least. So guys, someone become a member who's not a member already, or upgrade your membership, and or someone toss in a nice fat super chat to show your generosity and support for the community.
And then after that, I bought 2 watches.
Which are in transit, or
no,
what?
they're here. They're here.
Oh no.
Yeah, one of I've shown them on other channels, but
yeah, Phil.
One of them you'll appreciate because it was like $290, and it is a Citizen Eco Drive Mickey Mouse Club TV edition, and the date is the channel indicator.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so it's just a quartz. But there's the it's the third right now.
Is that a date window in that square in the top right of the TV?
Yeah. So where the channel indicator would have been on an old TV, they put the date there.
Got it. That's very cute. That's really cute.
So I like that. Anyway, I got that.
We just lost 4 subscribers, by the way, but it's okay.
Well, we're gonna lose more if I show the other watch I bought.
No, show the other one. Show the other. We don't care. We'll lose subs. We'll get them back. This is real watch talk.
I was on a cruise, and that's when I bought the Mickey Mouse watch. And then the last stop of the cruise was in the British Virgin Islands, and there's a couple of reputable dealers there. One of which I told him, I said, look, we were looking at some jewelry in there and they had some deals that we liked and blah, 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 blah. And I said, what do you have in watches? And I'm a collector, so it's got to be a good deal.
Mhm.
And he
And
pulled out
is
a
this
tray.
from the Swatch Group? Is this one? Yeah, believe it or not, this is from the Swatch Group, guys. Brian bought a watch from a brand in the Swatch Group conglomerate. Can you believe it?
I'm so dirty. I'm sorry.
What do you think it is, guys? If you don't know, guess in the chat. What do you think it is? Brian bought a Swatch Group shitter.
I now have this Swatch Group shitter. I have the gold Breguet, and I have 2 Snoopy Moon swatches, both the black and the white.
The chat is absolutely dead today. I get it. Like you guys are in the middle of your workday in the afternoon, so you're listening. But the chat is absolutely dead.
Yeah. Well,
Guys, what do you think it is? Which brand, at least? Which brand do you think it is?
the problem is they went to sleep after Boston's soliloquy to the love of RM and AP.
Yep.
Yeah, like I almost fell asleep. I literally, while he was doing that, I had to go get a coffee. Yeah. So I can tell you that value wise, the Swatch Group, the Swatch Group shitter. 1, 2, 3. I'm doing math. Was 5 times, a little bit more than 5 times less than the watch that's in this box.
Whoa.
I can tell you that the Swatch Group shitter retailed brand new for, I believe it was $10,000.
What?
And I got it for just a hair over wholesale because it was the display model. So about $6,000 on the Swatch Group shitter, and then this one's about 5.5 times that.
Guys. Oh, I know what this one is because I remember seeing it on the Tickers channel. But for those of you who may not be aware, Brian just did buy a watch on a cruise from the Swatch Group. It's a Swatch Group brand. I know what it is, so I have to recuse myself because I'm actually a huge fan of this brand, believe it or not. I actually am. I don't know if I'd buy one of their watches, but I do like the brand. Guys, let's get 1 super chat or 1 new membership or 1 upgraded membership to reveal which Swatch Group brand watch, which is not an insignificant purchase. I mean, it was over $5,000.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it was actually pretty good. So guys, let's get 1 super chat. Come on, guys. Don't be so cheap. Don't be so stingy.
And don't look at Whole Milk's chat.
Well, I mean, nobody would be dumb enough to buy a Jarkit Draws. No one even knows. That's not even a real brand. Jarkit Draws is very funny. Whole Milk. That's not a brand, but thank you for your trolling. He's always very clever in the chat.
Yeah.
Brian is back. Hello, Alex. Hello, Earls. I didn't know how much OC liked Rado. Yeah, Rado. By the way, just to refresh your recollection, the Swatch Group has a bunch of brands. Longines, Breguet, Blancpain, Tissot, Glasout Original, Hamilton, Harry Winston, Rado. These are all Mido.
Mm-hmm.
These are all Swatch Group brands, believe it or not. So they have a huge jacket draws. Omega, Certina. Was it a second Glaçut Original, yes or no? No, it is not. It is not. Billie Jean says it's a Tag Heuer chronograph. Incorrect, because that is not. That's LVMH. That is LVMH.
Yes, LVMH, Las Vegas, Manhattan.
$58 people watching across both streams. Guys, upvote the Watch Colony channel, upvote the original OC channel. Head on over to the original OC channel. One person, all we need is one person to become a member. And or one person to upgrade their membership, or one super chat. Come on, guys.
Yeah, poor OC's starving to death here. He needs super chat money.
Someone take one for the community, and we will reveal this. Alex says, is it a Breguet? That would, you just bought a brand new Breguet, Type 21. So this would be an additional Breguet. Don't answer the question because it's actually too close to home. We don't want to reveal it.
I can tell a story about that Breguet real quick.
Yeah, feel free. While someone is super chatting to support the stream or upgrading or buying a membership. Okay.
Whoa.
Oh, there we go. Johnny O from Chicago does the community proud with the super chat. And Pooley from Austria, proud owner of the Rolex Daytona Le Mans, €6 super chat. One super chat. Thank you. We actually got two super chats. So we will be revealing after the story about the Breguet. Brian will be revealing the Swatch Group brand that he bought on a cruise at a discount, at a huge discount.
Yeah. And so last week
Germany. Sorry, Pulley, Germany.
Last week I met a controversial member of the Watch YouTube community here at Walt Disney World.
I know you're the person about whom you're referring.
He also happens to be a Disney fan.
Huge Disney fan.
Yeah. So we met, we watched, we hung out for a little bit that night. And then the next day he coincidentally ran into me while I was at work. It's really hard to find me. If you don't know exactly where I am, it's just pure coincidence. And I was wearing that Breguet that day.
Mm-hmm.
So I wore a gold Breguet Type 21 to work at Walt Disney World for that day.
It's safe.
Yeah. Oh, it's safe. Yeah. The worst thing that would happen is it would get scratched. Because contrary to, I do some physical stuff there, you know.
Do you really? Like, you're talking about like take a chain and move the chain to this thing to run the lines and things like that?
And pick up and put down the wheelchair ramps.
That's right. All right. Thank you, Pooley. From Germany. We got Misho is from Austria. Here it is. It is. I have no idea what this brand is. I'm lying because I actually know what it is because I saw it unboxed previously. But I'm just trying to build suspense for you guys. What do you think it is? What do you think it is, guys? I'm a fan of the brand. As a matter of fact, I've told the story before that when I first got into watches in 2020, I would come into Manhattan every couple months or so. And in 2020, New York City was an absolute ghost town. It was completely shut down, complete ghost town. And there was a boutique of this brand on Fifth Avenue. It was closed and it ended up never reopening.
And they probably sold better if it never reopened.
That's right. It looked like it had been deserted for years, but it just looked that decrepit.
Yeah. All right, here it is. Are you ready?
Here it is. Yeah, we're ready.
There you go. Did you miss it?
Yep, we missed it.
You want to see it again?
There
you go.
What's up, JD? I want to say hi to JD in the chat. How you doing, JD?
Okay. All right.
Zebnelli, what's up, Zebnelli?
I really didn't know what I was going to think about this watch until I actually saw it in person, and I really liked it. And it is a Jacques Drouot.
Jacques Drouot. Yep.
With the big sweeping seconds hand and the pointer date. So it's got a date. It's a 3-hander. Yes, it's on leather. It's a 39 millimeter. I just really liked it, and the way the deal worked out was it was basically wholesale for an almost brand new watch.
Mm-hmm.
And the finishing on the movement. Let's see if I can get a good movement shot without disassembling the come on camera. There we go. I mean, it's finished really well for what it is. So there it is.
There it is, Jacques Drouot, guys.
That is not the
Congratulations.
unboxing.
That's not the unboxing, by the way. That's the fluffer unboxing.
Yeah. That's more of an update to the collection. But I'll throw it on the wrist just so you can see it. I'll get rid of this meteorite thing that I was wearing today.
Nah, that crappy moon dial thing.
Yeah. Some piece of rock or whatever. Yeah, so there it is. I mean, it's just simple, comfortable stainless steel.
Jacques Drouot makes amazing pieces, especially if you like if you like birds and dragons and snakes and all kinds of stuff like that.
Okay, I'll get that off my wrist. It's starting to burn a little bit. I'm still dealing with the swatch group.
Now, time for the real unboxing. And if you paid attention to the hint that Brian gave earlier, this watch is way, way more expensive. Way more expensive. I think he said it was 5 times more expensive.
Yeah, about 5.5. 6. Yeah, 5. Yeah, 5 1/3. Yeah. So, I'm glad CQ's not watching because I will give one hint.
Purchased from a European watch company in Boston, Massachusetts.
Don't get to see what's inside.
Guys in the chat, please guess. If you want to guess using your super chats, that'd be awesome. I will pull up your guesses if you super chat them, or if you just want to super chat with a nice big fat super chat for the unboxing, that would be really appreciated too. Guys, we don't want to do tons of e-begging here, so we do have to pay for the software license that runs the live streaming software, which is $300 a month. So let's if you could do your part to jump in and support the channel, we would really appreciate it. Over 50 people watching across the Watch Colony channel and the Original OC channel right now. Upvote the live stream, tell your friends. Make sure you have notifications set to all. Alex says, oh, there's another one. Yes, there is. Hey, Muhammad Ali comes through.
Yay, Mo.
Mo is the best. Unboxings from Brian are always epic. Not always, but 99% of the time they are. But all unboxings should be celebrated in the spirit of unity and
diversity,
camaraderie,
inclusion,
and whatever the E stands for.
Exclusivity. Oh, sorry.
Yes. Thank you, Mohammed. If anybody else wants to jump in with a super chat in anticipation of this unboxing, which at that price point, it's got to be pretty phenomenal. Let me see if it's not Rolex, because I don't think no one's going to pay $50,000 or more for a Rolex. It's got to be something.
All right. Correct your math here.
All right. Oh, sorry, 25,000. 25,000. Sorry. 5 times.
Let's just say in the low 30s.
low 30s. So like, sorry about that. So no one, given where Brian is in his watch collection journey, there's no reason for him to be paying $30,000 plus for a Rolex. That would be boring for him. So it's got to be a different brand. What brand could it be? What brand could it be?
Here's a clue for those that know my watch collection well. It's not a Rolex, so you're right. But it does replace a brand I had in my collection.
Replaces a brand you had in your collection.
It replaces a watch that I had in my collection.
All right.
And that watch was part of the deal to get this one.
Oh, so you actually had to get rid of one of the two that you had to get rid of was replaced by this one.
Yeah.
Well, it's not FP Journe. It's not FP Journe because FP Journe, the Octo that you used to have, that was gone a long time. That was gone in the first round.
Yeah, well, and you can't even get an FP Journe box for 30,000.
That's right.
32.
So it's not FP Journe.
So it was really the two watches I had in my collection, one of which was the two-tone Rolex GMT Master 2, and the other watch, which this one replaces the other watch, and I think it's an upgrade, possibly, in my opinion.
An upgrade.
And we all know what opinions are.
Yeah.
Is there any way that that Brian would have gotten rid of a Patek Philippe and then been able to get a Patek Philippe in the low 30s that's better than the Patek Philippe that he used to have? Probably not.
No, because I still have that one.
You still have it. Now, you used to have a Longa Saxonia moon phase, but that was also gone a long time ago.
Yeah.
You don't have any Longas in your collection today, correct?
Correct.
Longas are gone.
Yeah.
Guys, help me out in the chat.
They're long gone.
They've been long gone. Guys, I want to remind everybody and thank Johnny O for his $5 super chat. Thank you, Pooley, for the €6 super chat. And thank you, Muhammad Ali, for your £5 super chat. See, we got super chats in 3 currencies. But let's if you want to see this unboxing, guys.
You know what? I can show the box.
What's up, Matthias?
Yo.
At the end of the day, I drive 3 hours to visit this guy. And the very next day, he gets rid of 2 watches. A month later, 2 more watches. His whole collection has changed since I visited him.
That's right. You did like a watch collection review video, and it was made obsolete within the next 2 days.
I know.
About 4 hours after he left. After I polished off some of the slobber. And
He's supposed to report to me on changes in his collection. I am the boss of the Florida crew, but it's okay.
Yo, we're breaking off. Central Florida crew.
We'll see, Brian. We'll see. What did you do now?
Yeah, what did you do now? DC and LV upvoted. What's up, DC? Good to see you in the chat. Whole Milk goes, it's funny, I didn't realize it was actually Jacques Dro. Yeah, that was a good guess, huh?
Yeah.
He thought he was making a crazy, absurd, trolling comment.
And
Lo
he
and
was
behold,
right.
and he was actually right for a change. Listen, even Whole Milk can be right once in a while.
I think I'll show the box because the box may not give it away, but it is the original box.
Just the original box. And by the way, the unboxing will be coming up in 5 minutes, guys. Only 5 minutes. The unboxings are coming up. Stay tuned. Let's get as many super chats as possible in the next 5 minutes. Oh, we saw the top. We saw the top. People are rewinding the live stream.
It looks old.
This is a beat up piece of garbage.
It looks like it rolled down the stairs.
Guys,
Well
super
timed.
chat to support the live stream, guys. It was, to show your appreciation for Brian and the 2 unboxings. This is number 2 of 2. Actually, technically 3 of 3.
This is the original box for it.
The original box. What would come in such a ugly looking black box, guys?
Well, it's
actually
not
got
black. It's green.
got a little green.
Is it green?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that an old Rolex box?
Well, we know it's
I
not
have
a
no
Rolex.
idea.
Are we losing viewers yet?
No, we're gaining tons of viewers.
Oh God, it better be good. Wait, let me make sure the watch is actually in here. Oh yeah, okay, we're good.
Is it a Disney watch, Brian?
I already showed the Mickey Mouse watch that I bought for
Okay. All right.
$300. Yeah, this is serious horology. The serious horology.
Go
By
at him,
the-
we'll see. Go at him.
I have no idea what it is, but I want to bring up something real quick. Hold on.
Uh-oh. Can I put the box down? My arm's hurting.
Yeah, you can.
I think while you're looking something up, I'll load up a pipe here.
Load it up. I want to bring something up here for people who may not be aware. Rolex has introduced new boxes according to the rumors on the internet. Let me blow this up a little bit. Check this out. The newly designed Rolex boxes feature a very thin outer border, followed by a crisp horizontal wave pattern, and green outer boxes to differentiate them from Rolex certified pre-owned. They also feature a kind of a new sloping pattern. So instead of the cushions sloping inwards from the left and the right, the slope goes from the inside of the box to the outside. So new green boxes from Rolex coming to your authorized dealer soon. Check them out. New for 2025, new Rolex boxes.
And I bet the new boxes have a lower carbon footprint.
Probably true. They're probably made out of biodegradable plastic and have a better eco green index.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And fake versions of them are now available from China.
I think they've put in place like special thread underneath in the box that can be detected by Bluetooth to prevent counterfeiting. Yeah. Special electronic thread.
NFT RFID GPS located boxes.
Yeah. And they're all LGB XQ R plus compliant as well.
What you're really trying to say is that they come pre-registered to a digital watch vault.
Yep, with nano GPS blockchain technology built in.
And brought to you live in color.
Guys, let's get one more super chat, or let's get one new membership or one upgraded membership on the original OC channel. We will
I'm surprised no one's guessing anything. No one has guessed anything. MD Chaz says it's the AP code 1159 Star Wheel. Don't say yes or no. But it could be that would be the original Star Wheel. The original Star Wheel from way back in the day. Because the new one would come in a big fancy AP box.
This manufacturer does not make this exact configuration anymore.
This exact configuration has been discontinued. We know it's not Rolex. Kyle D doesn't listen too well. It's a gold date 8. No. There's no way Brian would spend $30,000+ on another Rolex. He's moved on. But
what are all the hard hints that you know so far?
Nothing. I know nothing other than the fact that it was purchased from European watch company.
And technically, it's an upgrade for one that was in my opinion, it's an upgrade to one that was in my collection.
Let's see. It could be but APU had the Kasparov, so I don't think. Ooh,
what do you mean had? What do you mean had?
Well, I mean had.
He still has that.
We don't know. We haven't seen it. So let's just.
He still has that. He still has that.
Listen, the Kasparov, completely different subject, Brian. Kasparov is a Royal Oak offshore, or a Royal Oak. So Royal Oak, it's 39 millimeter.
Mm-hmm.
And it was known as the Kasparov for some reason, like some guy who played chess ward or something like that.
Yeah, some commie.
Okay, so let's think about this. You got rid of one of the GMTs, which was probably like 10, 15 grand in trade-in value, ballpark, whatever the fuck it is. Mm-hmm. And then you had this Kasparov, which is probably 15 to 20,000 maybe trade-in value. And then you toss in some money on top and you end up getting a better Royal Oak.
You got it partly wrong.
Oh, which means I'm partly right. Johnny O, $2 super chat. It's an AP Royal Oak two-tone. Ooh, interesting guess there. And Muhammad Ali says it is a AP Royal Oak 37 millimeter. These are good guesses, I would say. I think we're onto something. I think we may have found. I think we've stumbled onto the truth. The Kasparov is gone. You can tell. You can tell by the look on his. Look at that face. Look at the camera.
I can't believe you, Brian.
The Kasparov's gone, guys. He has a new Royal Oak. It's better. It's upgraded. Whole Milk says it's Gerard Perigo. Nope. No.
Are you ready?
No.
You got a rose. If it's a rose gold Royal Oak, Brian, I'm coming up to Orlando.
No, you can't get rose gold for that kind of price. That would be.
How do you know price? I thought you didn't know anything.
This is a $30,000 plus watch. If you got rose gold, that'd be way more expensive than that.
Okay, all right.
Be one hell of a deal if I got it for that, and it was legitimate.
Yeah, if it were real. Kyle D said I did guess AP box, so I'm kind of correct, though I clearly don't. Yeah, he doesn't listen. I mean, you showed the name of the brand name of the box when you were lifting it up. I couldn't see it, but I saw that you gave it away. So people are liars and cheaters. They probably rewinded the live stream and actually know what it is.
I hate to say this, but I don't think people care enough to rewind, freeze, and try to catch back up again.
I think they do. Guys, we have 57 people watching. Thank you guys for the upvotes. We will unbox this in 5 minutes, guys. 5 minutes, and we will do the unboxing of whatever this is, which is $30,000 plus watch. The Kasparov is gone. It's been replaced by a new AP of some kind. You can tell that that's the truth because Brian's not confirming nor denying. He got rid of also a GMT Master 2. Rolex GMT Master 2. So he traded 2 watches. He got 1. I would say that's a good deal. And he had to toss some money on top. So this is a banger. It's a banger, guys.
No, I actually got money back.
Oh, you got a little bit of money back?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I sent 2 watches. They sent me 1, and I got some money.
Kyle D says, "This is a troll job. Did he actually sell the Royal Oak to Matthias?" No. He traded 2 watches. He wouldn't lie about that.
I wish, Kyle D.
Last chance for super chats, guys. Don't be shy. Show your appreciation to Brian for volunteering his time to come on and do an unboxing. Last chance. Come on, guys. If you're watching this, 57 people watching across both channels, head on over to the OC channel, toss in a super chat to say thank you to Matthias and the other leaders of the Colony Channel Network and all the people who volunteer their time to jump on these panels to give you, well, not great content, but acceptable, barely decent content in the middle of an afternoon.
Kyle D, I know what that quote is from.
Yeah, which is that from a movie?
Yeah, it's from Eddie Guerrero, the wrestler.
No. Close. I can't remember the name of the guy. I can picture his face, but he was the chief of staff of the president in The Line of Fire with Clint Eastwood.
In the Line of Fire. Good movie.
Yeah. Except I felt bad for Clint, as old as he was, having to take off all that stuff to have sex with that younger woman and then not being able to do it.
Rene Russo. Right?
Probably.
Yeah. No, he says it was The Hunt for Red October. Okay.
Okay.
Maybe multiple movies use that or something similar. Last chance to become a member of the original OC channel. Last chance to upgrade your membership or to toss in a super chat. The unveiling and the unboxing is coming up. We have over 60 people watching. Yeah.
How about if I turn it around so we can see the front of the box?
Let's do it. It says AP on the front. There it is.
Oh.
Royal Oak by Audemars Piguet. This could be from the 70s or the early 80s. This could be old as fike. Or it's just a beat up box.
Now.
It's blue, not green. Is it blue or green, that box?
No, it's green and black. Like the depths of the ocean. The actual watch box inside is pretty darn cool.
It's an octagon. Shape of the Royal Oak bezel.
Oh, shit.
Guys, super chat to show your support to Brian for this unboxing. He got rid of the Kasparov, guys. He got rid of the Kasparov, which was
don't know that, OC. You don't know that.
It's 100% confirmed at this point. He basically said he got, because he only had one AP, right? Yeah. So there you go. He got rid of the Kasparov, traded it in along with the GMT Master 2.
Oh my God.
Yep.
Why is Mathis on right now? He's gonna kill me.
Let me ask you a question, Brian. Was the fact that it came in the original box something that was like was it icing on the cake, or was it like a requirement? Like, hey, when I saw that this watch was there, the fact that it had the box meant, okay, this is very attractive now because I really wanted that box.
Full original set.
Full original set. Guys, if you're just tuning in, Brian has gotten rid, breaking news, Brian has gotten rid of the AP Royal Oak Kasparov that he loved. Looked great on him, a fantastic watch. It's gone out of the collection, as well as a Rolex GMT Master 2, one of the 7 or 8 that he had in his collection. or 10 or 11 or whatever he had. And those 2 watches have been traded for this new and improved Royal Oak from AP with original box and papers. The Kasparov is gone. Guys, super chat if you want to see what replaced the Kasparov in the collection. Upvote the live stream.
The original papers are all in there.
All in there. All the original papers. Please, if you have a star next to your name, check and see if you have a member milestone chat. If you don't have a star next to your name, please become a member or upgrade your membership. Thank you, guys. All right, let's. Is it in the box, or are you going to open it and it's empty?
No, it's in the box.
It's in the box, guys.
5
How
more
cool is
minutes.
that box? Yeah, 5 more minutes. No, you can open it. You can open it at any time, Brian. Open it at any time.
Let me make sure it's in the box the right way.
Yeah, open it that way.
Yeah, it is. Okay, it is.
It's there. All right. Yeah, open it up and then spin it around. How about that?
Here's
Brian, I can't believe you.
I'll set it so I can get the camera up nice.
Wait a minute. Stop. Let's get some more guesses. Let's get some more guesses from the audience. I know you guys. I know it's the middle of the afternoon. You guys are, you're listening in like a podcast. But this is not the About Effing Time podcast. Okay, you should not be asleep at this point. Oops. So the fact that you're listening and that you know that Brian has gotten rid of the AP Kasparov and has replaced it with a new Royal Oak. Let's get some. I want to see some reference numbers in the chat. I want to see some dial color guesses. I want to see some material guesses. I want to see millimeter guesses. I want to see full guesses from the community, guys. Don't wimp out. What do you think this is? Come on, watch experts. You know Brian.
I think.
What did he
I think
do?
it's an old jumbo. I think the chronograph was probably too cluttery for him, and he got because he's getting older and it's hard to read, and he got a jumbo.
Yeah, problem is you can't get it. You can't get a jumbo for the 30s. Jumbos are going to be in the 50s. I would think
50s to 60s.
50s to 60s. Yeah, even I know that, and I don't even know anything about watches.
He moved to Florida, so that has to do with it. It's definitely part of it.
Muhammad Ali, £5 super chat. Thank you, Muhammad. He super chatted his guess. What's the Royal Oak equivalent of the King Midas? Oh, well, I was going to say like it could have been the AP Cobra, but this isn't a Cobra. It's a Royal Oak. You can tell by the box. You could the box on the outside said Royal Oak by Audemars Piguet, and the box itself, as you can see, is the Royal Oak design. So it's not a Cobra, which would probably be the closest thing to a King Midas equivalent for AP. Kyle has typed in a bullshit reference number, which is not a real reference number, but he says it's a pink dial. Is it possible? Oh, here's a hint, guys. Here is a hint.
No, there isn't. I just thought Grogu would look cute sticking his face
Nope,
out.
it's a hint. It is a green Star Wars themed Royal Oak, guys.
It's a concept.
I wonder if you could get a yellow gold Royal Oak for the 30s. I don't know if you could or not. This is probably. Sorry to interrupt you.
Yo, Mathis, check it out.
Yo.
So moving down here to Florida did kind of inspire this.
Okay.
Florida inspired it. In other words, it is a crocodile pattern dial.
Oh, I see the bracelet.
Oh, it's stainless steel Royal Oak. So far, it looks so damn good.
Oh.
It looks so damn good, whatever it is. Kyle D, hold on a second. Don't open it. Don't open it. Kyle D says it Baby Yoda, so maybe it's a 34 millimeter Royal Oak. It's a baby Royal Oak. MD Chaz says AP and Sears collaboration.
Let's go, Brian.
Let's go. Let's see this thing. What the
damn.
F?
Now, I want to get the colors right. this has got the where are the colors?
It's like a very dark blue or a purple. Is that true?
This is
What is
the
that?
royal blue with the orange hands. And I'll get it to where the camera will hit the.
Oh, look at that. Royal blue with
Oh,
orange.
nice, Brian. Nice move.
So
orange
the other
chronograph
one,
and subdial hands. Yes.
it's the exact same thing. It's just a newer version. So this is late 90s. And it's instead of the navy blue, this royal blue, and the chronograph hands are actually orange. When I can get the light right on them. Let me get the where the hell is it's so reflective.
Yep.
Anyway, you got to trust me. It's the orange and blue. It's a much brighter looking watch.
Is this technically considered a Kasparov model too?
I don't think so because I think only the navy blue and the white dial originals were Kasparovs.
Hmm.
And this one it's got a slightly thicker, the bracelet slightly thicker than the older ones. The clasp is really tight. So it's in really good unused or lightly used condition. And it's got the AP folding
Oh, that's nice.
deployant. So let me see if I can get those orange hands to show. There they are. All the smaller hands are all orange.
Mhm.
So it's just a good little pop of color and then with
beautiful blue.
Yeah, with the full set. And the edges are still really sharp on this. So it's almost like somebody didn't wear it at all.
Has this been sized?
Yeah, I sized it. You want to see it on the wrist? You want me to put it on?
We
put it on.
Send me 5 tokens.
Guys, if you send me XRP, 5 XRP coins, and
The way you unboxed it, Brian, I see you know how to do that that style of video.
Yeah, I'm a hand model.
Look at that. Is that like a leather covered thing that inside the box?
Yeah, it's a leather cushion.
Leather cushion. That's so cool. Very, very retro.
All right. So we'll tilt the camera back up a little bit. There it is.
Yeah, up a little bit more.
Nice. Damn.
Thank you. Yeah, that is nice.
And I've got it one link loose for me right now because it is cold and my wrist is contracted a little bit. It's nice and wiggly.
Just to make sure that in the summertime that and plus you're on the verge of getting fat again. So
no, I'm getting skinnier. 11,000 steps a day. So there it is.
Awesome. So and you're happy financially with the deal, obviously.
Yeah. I will say that they it took 2.5 shots to get the deal done.
Yeah. Did you know that both your watches were going to be gone, or did you see this watch and say, okay, now in order to make this work, I got to get rid of 2 watches?
I gave so what I like to do is I like to watch the websites for pieces that I like and keep track of them and see if they've had them for a while. And when they've had them for a while, then I'll reach out and say, hey, I know you've had this for a while. Here's what I'm thinking.
Mm-hmm.
And if the deal doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. Yeah. Life goes on. Everybody moves on. If the deal does work out and I'm happy and they're happy, great. And this one, you know, there was a potentially bigger deal that could have happened, but they didn't want to do it, so we whittled it down to the ones that I was comfortable doing the deal with.
We got a super chat from Johnny O.
Thank you, Johnny O. What model year is this? This is from the 90s or 2000s?
Bear with me.
Original papers. Original papers.
Original registration was in January of 2009.
2009.
But it had been sitting for a while because according to it's a G serial number, so it's a little bit older. It's a lot older than that.
Let me ask you a question. When you say that you were considering doing a bigger deal, does that mean that you were looking at a different watch, or does it mean that you had multiple watches that you wanted to trade in and get more money back?
They had another watch that I was interested in as well as this one.
That was even more expensive, but that deal didn't work out. And so got it.
Yeah. Had both deals happened, we might have been around that would have been about $102,000 deal for
wow.
5
so
or
you
6 of mine for 2 of theirs.
Wow. So you've already identified 4 additional pieces in your collection that are theoretically on the chopping block if another piece comes available.
Every once in a while, I'll go out there, and if I see a deal, I'll put out the watches that I would be comfortable trading or the cash and so on, and see if the deal works. If the deal doesn't work, it doesn't work. Watches the watches stay.
Yeah. Watches come and go.
On. Yeah. I wear them a little bit just to see why I wasn't interested in trading them, and, see what, see what my thought pattern was.
Yep.
And reevaluate.
Thank you, Johnny O. Thanks for the support of the channel and the great question.
This is such a shinier bracelet than the other one.
Congrats, Brian.
Yeah, congratulations. That is
poor Mathis. Mathis, if you touch this one, it's gone.
This is Florida Crew, though.
I want you to hold on to it. I will not touch it this time.
Mathis is happy. This is Florida Crew.
Absolutely.
Now that I've got the camera straight up, let me see. There's the orange hands.
Go back and do it. There you go. There you go. Wow.
So it's got that. It's got that Miami Dolphins orange.
The subdials are white or silver?
Silver.
Silver. And as everyone knows, Brian does not set the date on his watches. Does it have a quick set date or doesn't?
Yeah.
It does?
Yeah. Here, I'll set it.
Yeah. Well, let's see. The guys, if you want to witness Brian breaking the watch live on the air, super chat right now as he attempts to change the date.
I'll even set it to AM and PM. I got to go around again.
That involves changing the time too.
I gotta go. Have a good show, boys. Congrats, right. Brian.
Yo,
thanks.
yo, jabronis.
Yo, yo.
There goes the date. Today's the 3rd, 2nd.
Today's the 2nd. The 2nd.
Wait. It's about a minute fast. And I will not put the hands at 10 and 2. I'll set them to the correct time. There we go.
There it is.
Come on. Where's the there's
the
sucker.
Nice. 4:30. Let's try and break the watch one more time. The watch is properly wound. Let's see the chronograph.
Now this one I have to unwind the crown, unlock the crowns to use it.
You have to unscrew the pushers. So it is screw down pushers.
There it goes.
There it goes.
See the-
Wait for the focus.
Focused. And boom, there it is. Chronograph working. Oh, it's interesting that it doesn't have those things around the pusher. The pushers themselves are screw down.
No,
No,
they go down around the pusher. So the
Oh,
pusher
okay.
stays at full length. So that's screwed. The one on top
Oh,
is
okay.
screwed
I got
down.
it.
The one on the bottom is open.
I got it now. Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just that the screw down part is really, really big. Yeah, but you can't operate it unless you unscrew it.
No,
Got
because I like it's locked.
Locked. Now you have to reset it.
But I can stop it because I left the bottom one. And did I get it open enough?
Don't break it. Tom Voss is in the chat. Upvoted. Great stuff. Thank you, Tom Voss. Guys, upvote the live stream on whatever channel on which you are watching. Really appreciate the support. And thanks very much to Brian for jumping on and sharing the collection updates with us.
Here comes the reset.
If you're just joining us, the Kasparov is gone and has been replaced with a new Royal Oak from 2009. Blue dial with orange hands. Check it out.
Are you ready for the reset?
We're ready. Boom. It worked. And now chronograph engaged. Whoop. Is that a flyback?
No. I
Good.
just did it that
Don't
fast.
break it. I got it. It's like
Yep.
Index, middle, index, middle, index, middle.
Yep. So at the time I did this deal, I did not have the Jacquet Dro. So I had an empty spot in my watch box. And the cash from this deal paid for the Jacquet Dro.
Nice.
So now I have one leather strapped watch.
Only one. Yeah, because Treble in the chat's asking, congrats, Brian. What's left in the collection? You've dramatically consolidated the collection over the last year.
He said, what left the collection?
Oh, what left? Oh, yeah. What left the collection was a Rolex GMT Master 2 and the AP Royal Oak Kasparov.
Yep. The black and yellow ceramic GMT Master 2, and then the royal or the navy blue Kasparov without the contrasting dials. And this came in the Jacquet Dro, I guess we can consider that a real watch. I really wish those orange hands would. There they are.
Those are thick subdials.
Yeah.
Thick puppies.
Yep.
So it's the same, similar case dimensions, same case as the previous Kasparov.
Identical. It might be a tenth of a millimeter thicker because the bracelet feels thicker and stiffer. So there it is. I'll give the Rolex again. I know he's listening.
Awesome.
Yeah, and this 39 millimeter case size just really fits me well. So I might look for another one. You never know.
Looks phenomenal. I'm going to give you guys the 1 minute warning. We've done a 3-hour stream, which is phenomenal. I want to thank Brian for jumping on. If anybody wants to jump on the panel and take over for the next leg, no, we don't want to do that.
No.
Screw it. Okay, then we'll do this. If you want to, if you're bored and you want to watch some other stuff, head on over to the Watch Hangout. The Watch Hangout is doing a live stream right now. Tell them that OC sent you over. And thanks to everybody who jumped on the panel. And I want to thank CQ from David SW, Boston Collector, Matthias, Watch It's Brian for jumping on. I want to thank everybody who super chatted, including Johnny O multiple times, Pooley,
Muhammad Ali multiple times, many times, as a matter of fact. So thank you guys for all your super chats and for your support in funding the show. And we will catch you on the next one. Congratulations to Brian. Last shot. Let's see that watch. Peace out, everybody.